disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
Wait.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
You just killed a fucking man.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA boxing.
Well, welcome everybody to the Boxing Podcast, broadcasting to you live from the True North. It's a good friend, Mr. BDA, and I'm glad. That's right, I'm glad everybody could be on board for this one, fellas. In this episode, we got a fantastic one for you. It's a Friday edition, news and rumors. We got a lot to talk about because there's been a lot of moving parts in this business, a lot of whodunits, a lot of MacGuffins, and we're going to be talking about all of that plus more. But before we get down to the business, let's give a big shout out to everybody out there in the chat. Don't forget that if you want to donate a couple of shekels our way, you're certainly welcome to do so with the Super Chat feature. You can also donate via the Buy Me a Coffee app, link in the description below. You can also join the Patreon. I'm going to be putting a David Benavidez, Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez film analysis in there for free. It's mostly about Gilberto Ramirez because I haven't really done a film study on him for you guys, so we're going to be putting it there for free, possibly after this show, if not tomorrow morning. Don't forget you can also join that Patreon for free. You can join the membership program. That way you get more bang for your buck. But the most important thing is you continue to like, you subscribe, and you spread that BDA gospel. Speaking of the gospel, let's give a big shout out to it in the chat. I'm talking about Two Matadors, Solo Dolo. This is just a little bit. Dark Dog, Nightmare, one of the initiated, Rapax Trucking Company, another one of the initiated. Boxing Sage says, BDA Boxing, salute my Canadian brethren. Shout out to you, the Canadian brethren. The Maple Syrup Gang, as I like to call us. King Bucho, keeping an eye on things. Shout out to him. Jaime Raiden, Jay Will. Who else we have here? Hold on a second. That's right. Jay Will says, Devin Haney supposedly signing with Zuffa. Well, we're going to talk about that. Talk about all of that, plus more. Shout out to Gonzalo in the chat. And many more people to come, I am sure, fellas. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. All right. We got Sobers, we got Bucho, myself here. Like I said, more people to come. And thank you guys for being on. It's a lot to talk about. I don't even know where to start. We got David Benavidez. I think we're going to start off with him. I got clips of the Oshaki Foster versus Raymond Ford press conference that just took place today. And as you would expect, that there was a lot of jawing back and forth. So we're going to talk about that. Edgar Berlanga still talking smack about Shiraz, and dare I say, might be lining himself up for a little litigation if he's not careful. Some of the things he's saying, quite litigious. We also want to talk about more about the Conor Benn saga, more people piling on Conor Benn, although some people are starting to defend him. A little bit about the Ali Act, not much to say about that whole circus that went on 2 days ago or yesterday, I forget when it was. Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney, though they're still jawing between each other, and we're going to talk about all of that plus more. Let's get started here with the David Benavidez thing. He was on the Ariel Helwani show, and he made some pretty interesting remarks, I must say so. Pretty interesting indeed. Check out what he had to say as it pertains to Dimitri Bivol. And by the way, he's already talking about Dimitri Bivol and all these people, even though he's got Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez to contend with. But let's have again. Yes.
BDA, I saw your video piece that you did with their fight coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say Zurdo lives, and shout out to Shiraz. He's the one who put me on that in the first place. So
He's the
I
one
thought
that
was funny that you put that.
he's the one that
Yeah.
came up with the Zurdochenko thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Shout out to you. And I saw you still left a comment there, so shout out to you for watching that. All right, let's have a gander at what Benavidez, or some people call him. Some of the callers call him Benavides. I don't know why. This is what he had to say. Benavidez. All of a sudden, not that many people supporting him now that Canelo's not fighting. All of a sudden, it's like, well, what happened with Benavidez? I thought all these people were Benavidez supporters.
You've also trained. What you mentioned, training with champions. You've trained with Bivol in the past, right?
Yeah, I sparred him. I didn't train with him. I sparred him a lot.
A lot. How many times?
I sparred him a lot. So the thing about when I was coming up, we lived in Los Angeles. At that point, from I think, 2015 to like 2020, all the champions were there. And at my weight class too. Zurdo Ramirez was there, Bivol was there, the bully was there. A whole bunch of great fighters were there. So I would work with every single one of them. If you were a champion or a top prospect, I was working with you, and I was getting the better of you, and that's a fact. But Bivol, he's a great fighter. He's a sharp fighter. He's a great.
I've noticed one thing real quick about Benavidez nowadays is he's really starting to talk a little bit more smack. He's getting a little bit more braggadocious. Is that something you guys think they told him? Like, listen, maybe his father's like, you got to step it up now. Come, you've always been too much of the nice guy. Now you got to call out Canelo every other second more than ever. Say that he was scared of you. Everyone's scared of you.
No, yeah, I've noticed that there's like a marketing campaign that's happening. You look at his father. In Benavidez's last fight, his father was wearing the Mexican flag as like a cape.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
Yeah. And he had those Mexican flags too.
Yeah. He's really playing the Mexican card. And I remember his father during the press conference, when they ask him a question, the first thing he says is like start speaking in Spanish out of nowhere. Like, oh, quiero darle las gracias a todo el mundo. Like he starts just like, what the fuck? You're in the US. I mean, you can speak in English and then turn it into Spanish, right? But he right away goes to the Spanish. Like he's trying a little bit too hard, man.
Yeah,
the marketing campaign, bro. Because they complain when these guys don't know how to speak Spanish, right? So at least he's trying to get out there.
That is true. No, listen, like he can embrace his Mexican heritage. I have no problem with that. I'm just saying it looks like a little bit like he's forced.
A little bit.
Yeah, like he's trying a little too hard. Well, I could see him trying to do that, right? Because he was playing that humble thing. He does seem kind of like a quiet, humble dude,
right?
With the temper, right? But if he wants everyone to think he's the best or whatever, he's trying to climb the pound for pound ranks, he needs to start acting like it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that seems to be the way they do it nowadays. So maybe it's just you gotta roll with the flow, go with the flow. Here's what else he had to say here. Hold on a second.
Right hand. He has a great ring generalship, great IQ.
Let's talk about Bivol, by the way.
But I've always said, from me, because I've worked with so much champions and so much top prospects, that I'm able to adapt. That's something that nobody could take from me. That's something that a lot of people don't give me credit for. I've been with so much champions in the ring that, I know for a fact that when I get in there with somebody that has as much talent as me or even more, the best David Benavidez comes out and the monster really comes out. So
yeah, he's definitely being more braggadocious now. And you notice something? I think you guys missed it. We're talking about how they're trying to connect with the Mexican roots and all that a little bit more. You guys missed this probably. Notice how he keeps saying, I've been in there with so much great fighters. He said it twice. He's even starting to talk Spanglish. He's mangling the English language a little. Instead of saying, I've been with many great, he says so much. I've been with there with so much great fighters. Like, what? So much great fighters. I don't know, I'm telling you, it's also, it's this.
He's going to start to sound like Canelo.
He has to report what happened. What happened? Ask me again what happened.
Next thing you know, he's gonna start to tell. All of a sudden, he's like, David, what do you have to say to Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez? Shut the fuck up, pussy. He's gonna start saying that.
He has a translator.
See, he can't speak English anymore. All of a sudden. Oh man.
That's why I talk about all these fights, that I'm not scared of none of these fights, and I'm willing to take every single fight, because at the end of the day, in this boxing stuff, you have to put yourself in a position of stress to really get the best out of you.
Sounds like every personal trainer out there. You gotta shock the body. You can't just do the same old workouts. You gotta shock the bodies. All right.
If everything was easy, then you wouldn't be able to get that gold out of you. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to put yourself in these in the line of fire, in a position of stress, in a position of worry for you to get the best out of yourself. And I know I can pull that out of myself every single time. So, that's why I'm calling for all these biggest.
Pull that out of my ass.
Yes. Well, that's usually when you hear that. When you hear something.
He was about to say that, right? I'm not tripping. He was about to say that.
Do you know when I wasn't? Yeah. When you hear somebody in English saying, "I'm gonna pull something," usually for some reason it's always within the context of pulling something out of your ass. It's like, oh, it's not pulling that out. You're pulling that out of your ass, or you're spewing bullshit. You're pulling it out of your ass.
You're like, oh, it's like a clutch kind of thing. Like you just saved yourself at the last minute. Like, oh, you just pulled it out your ass, bro.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or like you're making stuff up. Like, come on, like you're just reaching, like making things out of nothing. Like, oh, you just pull that out of your ass. Come
on. All these biggest fights.
Do you think that experience is part of the reason why? Maybe are you like that he's not searching for a fight against you? Do you think any of that comes into play?
I definitely do think so. They can say whatever they want to say. They can say they're not worried, this and that. Everybody can say that. But like I said, he's felt my power up close and personal. I felt his power up close and personal too. But I got the better of that. I got the better of that last sparring session we had. But like I said, that I don't let that.
All right, so you heard it there. He's saying that Dimitri Bivol, he feels like Dimitri Bivol is scared of him because of the last sparring session they had. Which, by the way, okay, I find it hard to believe that Dimitri Bivol, the only guy who's managed to go the distance against Beterbiev, the guy who's managed to do it twice, and in fact become the first person to beat Beterbiev. I'm highly skeptical that this guy would be scared of David Benavidez. Not to say that David Benavidez is not a good fighter, not to say that he's not dangerous, but I mean, come on. What's he playing at here? Is he going a little bit too far with the "I'm the most dangerous guy out there" angle?
No, you better start believing it, bucko.
Oh, man. And by the way, in the chat, We Fight All Night says, why I don't get that Benavidez hate. You know what? There's no hate coming from our side here. In fact, we're David Benavidez fans. We like watching him fight. He's very exciting. But the thing is, he's going, like Bucho said, it's becoming a little too transparent what he's trying to do. And so when you become a little bit too transparent in your PR tactics, people are going to point it out. That's it. That's all. But yeah, he's definitely a dangerous opponent. But so much so to the point where Bivol is scared of him, find that hard to believe. Especially,
I thought I was being pro Benavidez this whole time, but BDA.
Well, so. I think now to be pro anything, you gotta really suck dick. You gotta suck the fighter's dick.
You gotta get in there, huh?
Well, I mean, first of all, you don't gotta make the sounds, but yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I didn't make what sounds?
I don't know. I heard something there in the background. All right, now the other thing I wanted to say was that I was rewatching the Beterbiev-Bivol fights, and yeah, very close fights. And Bivol really has the style to beat Benavidez because he can move around for 12 rounds. And Benavidez might be younger than Beterbiev. I mean, might be. He is younger and he's more active and quicker with the hands, but he doesn't hit as hard punch for punch as Beterbiev. And Beterbiev was just as good. He's just as good at putting pressure as Benavidez. He even has better footwork because he can fight off the back foot too when he wants to. So I really think he's much more dangerous than Benavidez, but it would still be a good fight, Bivol Benavidez. I don't know, though, if Benavidez is going to go back down because they've been saying, like, oh, him and his father are saying, yeah, we're going to go back down to 175. People are skeptical of that. And you look at him here, and we're about a week and a half away from the fight. He looks good. He doesn't look drained. Maybe it's because he hasn't started the drying out process, if indeed there's going to be one, which I don't think there will be. Unless, what do you guys think? He says he weighs 230 pounds walking around outside the ring. So you think he's got to be shading 30 pounds to get to 200, or what would you guys expect?
Yeah, he might be even heavier right now. I think he was more around 230. Remember when all the hype when he was trying to get that Canelo fight?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was calling Canelo a duck, and Canelo said, oh, what's he bring to the ring? Whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, around that whole time, I was telling everybody, yo, this guy walks around at least 230 pounds when he's outside the ring. And people tell me, nah, come on, maybe 190. I'm like, fuck out of here.
Come on.
I don't believe you. There's pictures of him next to Andy Ruiz, right? And they look like they're in the same weight class.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, like him admitting it now. I mean, it's just like it just rectifies everything I ever said. So, yep, don't doubt your boy anymore ever again.
Well, first of all, that sounds like a challenge, and so therefore, every time I'm challenged, I just double down. So I'm gonna doubt you even more now. But yeah, the point remains, though. You're right, though. He is a pretty big dude. He admitted it himself once. He said 230, unless he was lying. Which why would he lie about that? We got Frank jumping in here as well. Frank, hey.
Yes, I was waiting for my introduction, BDA.
You can jump in anytime. You don't got to be introduced. But
no, what's up? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you, Frank. Thank you for jumping in. We're talking about Benavidez saying that he believes Bivol is scared of him after the last sparring session they had, and we also know that Benavidez is starting to be a little bit more braggadocious. And we don't know, do you think that's part of his overall strategy to try to make himself to a bigger name, and therefore he feels that he's got to throw out more confidence now?
Well, I blame Mike Tyson. There it is. Hey, that's copyrighted, buddy.
Hold on, what the fuck is that?
That's his intro.
Oh, that's easy. Okay. Yeah, okay, I forgot about it. Yeah.
It's copyrighted, bro.
All right.
No, Benavidez. Look, he's a top fighter. He's elite. I feel he's elite. I think he's must watch TV.
Of course.
But I blame Mike Tyson for that. For the Mexican Monster, and since then he's kind of took on the moniker. And I think, his brother I think was a shit talker, right?
Oh yeah.
He tried to punk Ryan on a stream one time. Yeah, and his dad be talking shit too. His dad is a big shit talker. So I think Benavidez is a shit talker, but now he knows he needs to do that to promote the fights. He reminds me of a fighter that when I was a kid, I was a fan of Fernando Vargas.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And, he had to be polarizing because
they give like Tolo vibes, right?
Yeah, exactly. There was a different era, with the hair, the Fernando Vargas cut.
Yeah, the little rooster lick, or whatever, the little rooster thing.
Yeah, that was the Edgar cut in that time.
Yeah. You had that, she was a badass little kid, right?
What?
If you had the haircut, you was a badass little kid.
Yeah, hella Cheeto stains and already wearing white beaters.
Oh no, eating Lucas,
and throwing oranges at people.
Okay, I don't know what type of childhood you guys had, but I'll say this, man. First of all, Vargas he had that chip on his shoulder because he grew up without a dad, so that's why he was always he was always angry. He was always angry because he didn't have a father growing up. But when it comes to Benavidez, the other thing that sort of gets me is you mentioned, Frank, the Mike Tyson effect, where he said, yeah, the Mexican Mafia. And then they went with the Mexican Monster thing. Before that, it was Bandera Roja, which, I mean, then I never really caught on because it's too long, first of all, especially when it's in Spanish.
I thought that was a cool name, and that was on some gangbanging shit too, I think.
Well, that's exactly it. I don't know. Maybe that's because back when he was in Arizona, he was hanging out with the wrong crowd. Then it turned into the Mexican Monster. Yeah. Then he's like, well, hold on.
I think he actually ended his brother's career, low key.
Right.
He had a big mouth on him, and they popped his ass in his knee. They capped his ass on the knee.
And then it turned into, well, wait a minute, I'm multi-ethnic, so it just can't be the Monster. It has to be something else. Because, he says he's Ecuadorian, Mexican, I think Dominican, they said. And I think next they're going to say he's a Haitian too or something. So they changed it to the Monster, and now it's back to the Mexican Monster. So, I don't know. It's kind of all over the place here with the PR. They got to stick to one thing and just work that out there.
I agree.
Of course you would. Why would you disagree with Mr. BDA here? But the other thing I wanted to talk about here is, well, first of all, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, so I think might as well just jump into this one here. Shakur Stevenson, people are really going at him on Twitter. I said this 2 weeks ago. I'm surprised that people are really attacking Shakur Stevenson now because they're starting to figure out, well, wait a minute, this guy talks too much and doesn't really, I mean, he's a good fighter, good defensive fighter, but he talks too much smack and you expect him to actually do some damage in there, and then all his fights go 12 rounds and he throws an average of 400, 500 punches, so he doesn't really press the pace. Now here's this, somebody did this on TikTok, I guess. I don't even know if I can play the video. I'll play the audio. It's called Shakur docking Gervonta Davis for 2 minutes straight. And again, I don't even know if that's true or not. I haven't really followed the chronology of all of this to dispel it or to debunk it, but check it out, just for educational purposes.
Gervonta Tank Davis, let's make the fight happen, man. I'm tired of tweeting. I'm tired of talking about it. Stop ducking me and let's make the fight.
By the way, he's sitting on his gaming chair there or whatever. He's shirtless, and yet he's got chains on. So I don't know. I think put a shirt on. That's all I say. If you're gonna go on live on cam, whatever, put a shirt on. And then I get, he's probably sweaty a little bit, so his back is sticking to the seat. This is fucking disgusting. And then other people sit on it probably, unbeknownst to them. There's dry sweat on it, so disgusting. Really.
Did you say there's chicken grease on it?
All right, I didn't say that, and that's Frank Bay. Don't make me put the disclaimer.
I clearly heard you say that.
He did, right?
I'm not even gonna address these allegations. I'm not gonna address this nonsense.
It happened, man. Come on.
Obviously, you Shakur got into it on Twitter. You was like, you wanted him 6 or 7.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
For sure?
Yeah, he's definitely one of them. Because, he on a different side. So him saying, let's fight, he know that we ain't fighting right now.
Oh, because of the opposite side.
Right.
Wow, there really is a difference between the way Shakur Stevenson talks and that thick Baltimore accent there from Tank David. Are you gonna get the gun? We gonna get the stun gun.
When will we see you again? And Lomachenko, everybody's talking about that.
All right, so they're putting images here. All right, you can't really hear this video. It's got really poor audio, so we're gonna leave it at that. But yeah, just to let you know that people are turning a little bit against him, and it's not even because they dislike Shakur Stevenson, some of them. It's not because they just dislike him, it's because they're Tank Davis fans or Devin Haney fans, which I really can't believe there's still any Devin Haney fans out there. But you would be surprised how many there people are on Twitter supporting Haney. But then now people are saying that they're bots. B-O-T-S, not butts. And check out what Eddie Hearn had to say a couple of days ago as it pertains to Devin Haney, which, by the way, he's been saying this for over a year now. So check out what he had to say to IFL TV.
Rumours Haney's talking to him, wouldn't be surprised if he goes.
Have you spoke to him?
No, because I can't do anything with Dev. Like,
why?
Because the money's not there, Con. Like, unless you need these guys, unless you're willing to lose a load of money in the process, you just can't. It's the same with Richardson. It's the same with Devin. I love Devin. We've talked, and if a fight made sense or a number made sense, but he wants crazy money, and
he's been saying this for over a year, by the way.
Yep.
Well, maybe not over a year, but close to a year.
So therefore, you need someone that's desperate to overpay the marketplace, a bit like I did with him years ago.
Yeah, but that's, you've already invested that money. Is it not worth your while to go back?
No, because we're in a position now of we're number one. So we don't need to overpay crazy numbers to bring talent.
It's interesting how all of a sudden that's become a talking point, huh? Since Zuffa started dipping their hands into boxing, all of a sudden it's about overpaying. Meanwhile, Zuffa started doing that, the overpaying thing, which is business as usual in boxing. So, but now all of a sudden it's become a talking point.
Our talent roster's brilliant. And I just, if I signed Devin, I just don't know what I would do with him. What would I do? Devin against the winner of Jack Catcher against Shakur Stevenson. Okay, Devin's not interested in that. Devin just wants huge money.
You could make the Ryan Garcia fight for him, though.
No, I think, look, the Ryan Conor Benn fight was done ages ago. So that's there. Maybe Devin could fight the winner.
So he's saying that the Conor Benn Ryan Garcia done's been done. It's been signed. It's been settled for a while now. It just hasn't been announced and signed on paper yet. The other thing is that you heard Eddie Hearn say that Devin Haney wants nothing but big bucks, big money. So here is what Bill Haney had to say about that. Bill Haney, he always has to tell you what he thinks. He said, this was on Twitter, Matchroom.
Always got to put them nostrils in everybody's business, right?
Exactly. He's just, just going in there, sniffing all over the place. He said,
it's enough with all the rumors and shit.
Exactly. Well, he said, Matchroom wasn't even number one when we signed. Now you are. Growth like that comes from the right partnerships. We stood with you when it mattered, but loyalty was never reciprocated. What does that mean? So he's really claiming, this dude is claiming that they made Matchroom number one.
Yeah.
With which event though? With which event? With
that one guy he knocked out. They were replaying that knockout for 3 years. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was the guy's name. Mora or the Russian guy. What? I think it was It
was a Mexican. It was something Mora. Dang, but I remember they had that knockout on repeat because he never knocked anybody out ever again.
Exactly. It was like every time they talk about the Norman fight, they always show the knockdown. They don't show anything else. They don't show you the 50 clinches in that fight.
Nothing else.
Right.
Yeah, there's nothing else to show.
What, the Prograve fight? Was he involved in the Haney Prograve fight? I think he was, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So there you go. So, but Bill Haney's really got some goal. We made you number one, or maybe he's I bet you if you push him, he would say, "Well, I mean, what I'm saying, it wasn't just us. It was, but we played a part in it." It's like, come on, man. I mean, look, they're asking for too much money. The Sheik gave him a lifeline because that was a fight that was deemed dangerous, the Brian Norman fight. Even though some of us try to warn people that look, Brian Norman, he's just not equipped for this. It's a lot of smokes and mirrors with Brian Norman based off of the Santillan fight. And, but credit to Haney, he managed to pull out his tricks and they let him get away with it and he managed to pull out the win. But now what does he want? Like Hearn said, what's he going to fight the Giasov Carroll winner? He's going to fight Richardson Hitchens, but Hitchens now with Zuffa. So, but Bill Haney really has some goal trying to claim that they played a part in this. And Bill Haney, I think at this point, a lot more people are talking about on Twitter how he's paid or he's embedded himself with a lot of YouTube people so that they push the narratives for him. In fact, some of the people on Twitter that keep defending the Haneys, I've noticed, are people that are looking to start up their channels or a presence on Twitter, and all of a sudden they get a retweet from Bill Haney, but all of a sudden they start really doubling down on defending the Haney. So they're dependent upon having that connection with boxing people, trainers, fathers, trainers, boxers, the whole shebang. And now some people are saying that the rumor is that Devin Haney is going to sign with Zuffa, and that's a smart choice because who else is going to sign them? They make a big deal, by the way, the Haney's of, oh yeah, we're independent, we've worked with everybody. Yeah, because you need them. You don't have a promoter's license. And even if you do, how are you going to put up your own money to make these events? Holding an event, a big-time event against another guy who's going to be asking for $1 million or thereabouts, it's much more different than holding a fight in Tijuana at the fucking local bar where Haney built a lot of his early fights.
Against Mexican Beetlejuice.
Against the Mexican Beetlejuice, exactly. So that's what we've got there. And by the way, another tweet that I found here. Again, some of the people defending the Haneys, because again, Devin Haney can't really find a fight here. So one guy goes, "These promo companies are behind the scenes trying to freeze the Haneys out. They don't want to see another Floyd emerging. A great fighter they can't fully control. It's a nasty chess move that needs to be countered by never losing." Well, first of all, that's really the only bit of that this person got right. That never lose is important because, like Butcher's been saying for years now, a lot of these fighters, that's what they depend on, that undefeated streak, especially the ass fighters with the back foot bitches. They need that O to maintain an aura. And that way, the TV people and the promoters can keep bringing it up, like they do with Shakur Stevenson. Like the least get the puncher who the boxer who gets least the hit in boxing, the most elusive fighter by statistically, the most elusive fighter in boxing. It's like, no, you think that sells? Maybe it gets a little bit more viewers in there, like they used to on ESPN. But in terms of actually getting people to pay and get money in the asses in the seats, doesn't really work out. So that part, this person did get right, but. Then he says these promo companies are behind the scenes trying to freeze the Haneys out. So this guy's saying that the establishment doesn't want Haney to rise or to keep on getting better or to keep making money because they're independent and therefore uncontrollable. It makes no goddamn sense, first of all, because they are dependent on the system. Because like I said, they need other big-time promoters to hold the events. They can do it by themselves. And well, what's so wrong with having a Floyd Mayweather? Floyd Mayweather was the same way. He for a long time, the Golden Boy was the one that was signing his checks and taking care of the events in which he fought. So everybody makes money off of that. I don't understand where this victim mentality and this against the system mentality comes from. Like, he's part of the system.
They're independent because nobody likes them. Nobody wants them. Yeah, there's Matchroom just said, like Eddie
wants to sign them. Exactly.
Yeah, we're not gonna make any money with these guys. All of a sudden, oh look, they're free agents. No, they're just unwanted, basically.
They're homeless cats.
They're homeless.
They look like they're homeless.
It's always easier to point the finger, instead of saying put a disclaimer at BDA from what I'm about to say.
Oh yes, absolutely.
No, but that comment that he said, just replace the names with black, because that's what he's saying. He's saying, don't say Floyd and Haney. Just say you don't want to see black fighters promoted. Da, da, da. So it's so easy to go there.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what it is. Like they're trying to say it, but not say it at the same time.
Well, also too, there's a big hole in his whole little plan about just never lose. We've already seen him get his ass whooped on live TV. So, There's no like, even though they pulled some strings, you know, they snuck in Ryan Garcia's hotel room and they put something in his toothpaste. that doesn't erase that doesn't erase anything we saw that night. You know, he still got his ass whooped. So the buck has been broken. So it's over with.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Also, can I add this? What comes to my mind and seeing the Haneys or just anybody that's going to come and pull that card is that, the Haneys, if you were following in Floyd's footsteps or Oscar's or who else went on their own? You know, once a fighter, supposedly Haney's there, don't you go out on your own and you put on your own events?
Exactly.
If you really have that cachet and clout, you should be able to do that.
Or they're scared to put their own money in because they know they're not going to get anything back. That's the thing.
So they want the white man to pay.
Right.
Yeah, Frank has a way of putting things.
Sorry,
doesn't he?
comes out, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Frank has a way
It's
of.
called reparations. It's called reparations, buddy.
No, but I mean, regardless of the race or whatever, which I think there is a racial component, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's they talk a big game. It's like, oh, we independent, yeah, but nobody wants to do business with you anymore because you're asking for too much money. You're not worth it. You're not worth that money. So.
Yeah, I posted a video of Rolly Romero going at Devin Haney. He's talking about everything you're saying. So he's gonna play it.
Okay, well, that's from Fight Hub.
So it's not only Eddie Hearn complaining about Haney. It's everyone almost.
See what he has to say.
I don't know who he wants to fight.
I think it's Garcia or Shakur Stevenson or just anybody that can get them money there, but. But that's the thing, real quick. Apparently, the rumor was that they were offering him, what's his name, the Martin, Sandro Martin, and the guy said, no, those are beneath Haney's. The Haney said those fights are beneath us. It's like, who do you think you are? You think you're top 10? You're lucky you're in the top 10 pound for pound. Because if he was an American, he wouldn't be in anywhere near the top 10 pound for pound.
Oh no!
But he's lucky that they get that clout and that that cachet. But the fact that he thinks he's above these guys, he's not even a star. Okay, listen, the whole thing pound for pound thing, that's arguable. I'll admit that. But him thinking he's a star, he's fucking insane. Him and his father are fucking insane.
Devin doesn't have a chin. They like to waste people time. Oh, Dev don't duck anybody, but like before, it was like, oh, I wasn't entertaining because but I'm gonna see, let's press at it, and then now it shows, right? Those guys are
having a hard time following what he's saying, but okay, let's see what happens.
Those guys are deceitful. They lie nonstop. Everything that Devin and Bill touch gets shattered. Every promotion company, everything, because they cannot do anything. They cannot generate views. They cannot generate income for anybody, and they know that.
I mean, I'll say this, with the right matchmaking, of course, just like anybody else out there, yeah, I think they could do good numbers. But the fact that they're asking for a lot of money to fight some opposition, it's kind of weird.
So they didn't want to bet on themselves because, well, they know they're not worth anything. I never want to hear them call me out again or bring me up or any of that stuff. It's dead. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. It's dead. It's done. We're putting up all the money. What more?
Well, the interesting part is they don't not only fight subpar opposition, but they fight in a very cowardice, subpar way.
Exactly. We get the real Food TV jumping in. There's only one Food TV. Shout out to Food. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's the way they act outside the ring is the way they act inside the ring.
Yeah.
Same style.
Look, if you're going to fight a guy who's supposedly at a lower level than you think you blow him out of the water, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then people lose their minds when he drops Regis Prograis or Norman. Oh, you see, and like okay, and then what? What happens after those knockdowns? Same stuff we see every
nothing.
Exactly, a whole lot of nothing.
But I'm undefeated. I'm a 3-division world champion. I deserve. That's the problem. I deserve. You don't deserve anything. What the fuck? That's the problem.
I'm undefeated. It's like, bro, we saw you get your ass whooped. What are you talking about?
Oh, exactly. They don't realize. Oh no, because all of a sudden, because it's not an official loss anymore. Like that didn't happen. Like we all saw it. Like Never Sober said. I think he said it. Like we all saw what happened. You gotta fight this guy again, and redeem yourself. Instead of complaining about, people don't want to watch me. Oh, not actually, no. Haney's in a different situation. He doesn't even complain. He actually believes that he's exciting.
He doesn't want to do it because if he loses, it removes all doubt. They'll say, "Oh look, Ryan was clean," and then it's over, and then people would just say you beat him twice.
Yeah, then it would really be over because that's the thing, though. Don't get it twisted. These people, they watched what goes on social media, and they saw how many people were clowning him after the Garcia win, the Garcia loss, and then even when the roles, I mean, the decision was reversed, people were still clowning him. That's when they said, "Oh boy, we really are disliked." They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe that. They thought people were going to look at Ryan Garcia and say, "Oh, he's the bad guy." No, it's these people that Haney's built so much bad faith and bad against them, so much negative press against them, that even a guy blowing weight and all that, they couldn't reverse that. They couldn't sway public opinion back on their side. Let's keep saying what.
Yeah, okay.
What does he want? We're putting it's a 50-50 split. We're putting up all the money. Bet on yourself. You're Devin Haney Promotions, right? That's how it works, right? We told him, all right, go sell your 50% to DAZN, or go sell your 50% to the. Nobody wanted to put up the money because they know there was no money because Devin can't sell. That's what it is.
And I mean, the argument would then be for some people, well, nobody can sell right now. I mean, other than Canelo and AJ and, some other names perhaps, nobody sells. Okay, but then that whole thing of the Haneys were self-promoters and we're independent, that means nothing. Whether nobody can sell or not, that means they're in the same boat. They can't sell. So what's the disagreement?
Nobody can sell, but we have fights happening.
Exactly,
This guy doesn't have anything happening. So he might be even worse than these other guys that are also struggling. So...
Yeah,
I mean, he's a fraud.
I mean, look at Abdullah Mason.
They try to sell on a gimmick. That's what they do, right?
Exactly.
That's what Haney has. He has that gimmick, but I don't know if it holds that much weight anymore. Because just because of the fact that we saw him lose.
I mean, what's his name? Abdullah Mason, who fought on the same card as Haney on November. He's got a fight. Benavidez too. He's got a fight. Bam Rodriguez has a fight. He's the only one we don't know anything about yet. And again, the rumor is he's going to sign with Zuffa. It's really, if there's any Devin Haney fans out there, if there are any Devin Haney fans out there who are against Zuffa, you better change your tune now and thank the skies for Zuffa, because if it wasn't for Zuffa...
Very smart move there from Zuffa is very smart.
What do you mean by that?
When they signed on Conor Benn, by doing that, they saw that Devin Haney was trying to align himself with Conor Benn, and they got Conor Benn aligning himself with Ryan Garcia as well. So that's two big fights for them. They can line up with that guy. And Haney's going to be a trash fight, even if he beats him.
Exactly.
And then, if he beats him, then they could set up Ryan versus Haney. There's all kinds of stuff they could do there.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, Oscar's going to be like, I'm okay. I forgive you guys now. Just for this one fight, I forgive you.
Yeah, that's the way it works.
Because, Ryan's going to be. Exactly.
Can I say something about Devin Haney?
Of course.
I know we're trashing him. No, I think he's a really good fighter. And he is. He's elite. He's very good because of his style. He can beat all these guys, but that tells me that I think he's scared. I think he doesn't believe that his chin can hold up. I think he can outbox him. I think he has the style to be like Andre Ward's, hype people up. Bernard Hopkins was very ugly to watch sometimes. He is that guy, but I think maybe he's waiting on the plug to connect again, or he just doesn't believe his chin can hold up in some of these tougher fights.
Well, you said he's elite, and he's getting elite results as it pertains to winning, but you take away the clinching and the dipping below the waist and the 36-hour rehydration period with the weigh-ins. How good is he really? That's my question.
I don't think he'd be winning any of these fights. He wouldn't be winning any of these fights.
That it could really frustrate. I mean, who could really give him problems? He could really frustrate Ryan, Rolly Romero. I mean, maybe at 154, Jaron Ennis would wipe the floor with them, or Xander Zayas, depending on who wins that. Virgil Ortiz and Haney. I mean, he's in a no man's land, right?
Right. Yeah, there was another guy named Ian something. I forget, super middleweight contender, journeyman, Ian something. He made every fight ugly. He was ugly. That didn't make him elite. It just meant he was able to get away with breaking the rules and fighting dirty in a negative style. And the refs would let him get away with that. And that's the similar thing with Haney. Obviously, Haney's a little bit better than that. But to your point, Frank, if he was a cleaner fighter and still let his hands go a little bit more, Yeah, I would respect that because, but that's why I'm so critical of him, because he does have certain tools in his toolbox that he can actually use to be put on certain more entertaining fights, and he's not doing that. He's relying on the dipping below the waist
with the belief.
Exactly.
I think, he doesn't have the belief anymore. Well, I think he was always conscious of it, after Jose Linares, and it gets in their head. You heard what Shakur said, why risk it? And Haney knows, he got beat up by Loma. He knows these things. He knows he's one shot away from his whole career being over.
Yeah, they got a taste of that.
So he has to be very careful, very strategic.
Yeah. They got a taste of that after the Garcia fight, and now they're deadly scared. They're trying to control it all from every facet possible, and that's just not how it works. You can't control things in boxing. Sometimes you're gonna lose. It's out of your hands. By the way, before we continue, shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution to the super chat, and he says Haney should go Golden Boy's way. When Oscar De La Hoya would fight and pay his opponents plus rent the venue, I can't unsee the boot weapon Ryan gave Haney. Very few people can. You have to be brainwashed, and a lot of people here, thanks to the BDA Ultra deprogramming, they've managed to see the light. But there's still a lot of work to be done out there. A lot of work to be done. So shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution with the super chat. And the other thing I wanted to bring up here is, speaking of people who are a little bit in disbelief still. Oh no, first of all, hold on. Sticking with this Devin Haney thing real quick. Butcher just sent me this. This guy on Twitter says, so much discourse about a fighter who doesn't sell in quotation marks. So much discourse about a fighter who doesn't sell. Next move. And then he puts a picture of Devin Haney. I'm thinking, what is that fascination with? Well, you guys are talking about him. You guys, there was
that doesn't mean he's selling. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there was the other day. There was a lot of discourse about whatchamacallit, social media personality, the quartering, or I don't know what it's called. Some neckbeard out there who I think he talks about wokeism or against wokeism. I don't really understand. But they were talking about how the guy was getting people banned. He was appealing to YouTube to get his competitors banned. He was doing a lot of dirty stuff, and apparently he's really suffering negatively because of that. A lot of people were talking about him. That's not a good thing. Just because somebody talks a lot about you doesn't mean that you're a star or whatever. And again, I've said it before. A lot of people like to check out videos on YouTube. A lot of people saw that Benavidez versus Caleb Plant preview in 2023. 1 million people, according to YouTube statistics. How many people bought the pay-per-view? So, I mean, it's again, this is part of that what I'm saying about the Haney. Some people are just wanting to defend the Haneys nonstop because, I don't know, maybe the Haneys are telling them to do so, or maybe they're hoping the Haneys are going to connect with them and they can do an exclusive interview with the Haneys. And by the way, isn't that getting a little bit old now? Interviewing Bill Haney with his nonsense. You got to understand, people got to come to us. It's the Haneys.
He goes anywhere. I see him on all kinds of channels. Like, you don't even have to be like a good channel. Just jump on there, just as long as you kiss his ass.
Exactly.
Why is he doing that though?
I know a dude online. I've gone on his panel a couple of times. As soon as Bill Haney was on there, he didn't let me on the panel. So that was kind of funny. Because, I would have said all kinds of stuff to him.
What type of stuff?
He didn't want to let anybody, just suspect stuff about his connections to, Victor Conte. They're good friends with Snack. They're really good friends.
Interesting.
Like, how are you going to call this guy out, but yet you're working with Conte? And he wouldn't been able to answer. They probably would have just left the show.
Well, I still remember when there's a clip out there when Punch Drunk was on the same panel or something with Bill Haney, and Bill Haney was talking about, Ryan Garcia tested that the Austrian was 6 times higher the level of percent. I think he even went to percentages, and then Punch Drunk asked him, well, how do you know about the percentages? Because VADA never releases the numbers. And then he just started, he switched. I don't know how he switched it up. They didn't press him on it, but they caught him in that one. So yeah, you
can catch him all the time.
Yeah. It would be very easy to do so, but it's just he doesn't. I mean, there was another one on Twitter that I saw.
It's hard to get in contact with him. As soon as he knows you're going to start questioning him, any kind of influencer is not going to let you get on there and talk to this guy.
Well,
they might even remove your comments in the comment section.
I was reading a grimoire the other day that I found in the archives, and it says you can't go to the Haneys. The Haneys have to come to you. That's the way it works. You can't.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
You can't.
He just shows up randomly. He's like Clarissa Shields. Except he doesn't do that fake voice and pretend that it's not him.
Why are you talking bad about Clarissa? And then 2 minutes later, I don't like how you're talking bad about me. He's like, what the fuck? Way to stay in character there, Clarissa.
What?
Yeah. But
she's wearing like one of those rubber noses with a mustache. What you mean? What you talking about me for? I mean, Clarissa. Why you talking about her like that?
Can't keep the story straight.
Got a white rubber nose.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say though? All right, so yeah, that's what's going on there. And Edgar Berlanga, he's trying to rival Terence Crawford for the amount of times going on a podcast, even though there's no fight signed or anything. This is like I think the third, fourth podcast that he's been on, and this dude, I don't know how he's getting away with it. I don't know if he's gonna keep getting away with it. They asked him again about the Hamza Shiraz thing. Check out what he had to say about Shiraz. This guy's doubling down.
I said that guy's easy work, man. I promise you, on God, he's easy work. You know what I'm saying? When we run it back, we're gonna run it back the right way. You know what I mean? We're gonna make sure that none of that shit's going down like that. You know what I mean? And we're gonna kill him, we're gonna crush him. You know, he know he can't fuck with me. No, bro, he know, man. He know he can't fuck. He know he can't. And I was winning that fight. You know what I mean? And that's the type of shit people gotta do. You know what I'm saying? To beat a nigga like me. I said that guy.
All right. First of all, the N word. I mean, I don't know where he stands with that, but I guess he's got the ever coveted N pass.
Well, we all get the pass. In New York City.
Probably like 30%.
If you're from New York City and you're Hispanic, you get the pass.
Right. But what do you guys think about that? He's saying that he was beating Shiraz, even though they were in the fourth round, I think. Like he's bragging about.
It seemed like it was kind of even.
That's
like
crazy.
it looked like it was. To me, it looked like it was anybody's fight, and then he got caught with a punch. He got laid out. So.
Yeah, but
I mean, look, if the guy didn't have, I don't see what the difference would be. He's still fighting under Turkey's roof, right? So if the guy wore some loaded gloves, if we believe that happened, if it actually happened, it would be no different in the rematch. You would be able to wear the same shit.
Well, where do you stand on that, Food? Do you think there was some hijinks going on with the gloves, or?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know at all.
You haven't looked into
the
this?
Guy's punching harder than he's punching harder than he's ever punched before.
But wait a minute. You're the real Food TV, though. You're the real Food TV. You're supposed to be up on all of this.
No, I'm saying, look, this guy, he's punching harder than he ever punched than I've ever seen. And he's right. That's Turkey's boy there. And you know that Berlanga was saying shit to Oscar, who was Turkey's guy at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Remember he came over there, threw the panties and all the money and all that?
Right.
Well, not panties, it was a wig, right? He told him to put on the pink panties, and Oscar was like, I'm wearing them right now. Something like that. Berlanga, you got knocked out. And did you see that? He looked like Norman Bates.
Yeah, he looked.
That video?
He looked like Buffalo. What's his name from?
Buffalo. I thought it was more like Norman Bates, like when he reveals he's his mother.
Yeah, that's a better one. Yeah, you're right.
He's wearing the wig. He's like, ah. So yeah, I just say I wouldn't put it past guys like that, to kind of like to railroad him because he did that. He's disrespecting this guy, and Oscar's not a guy you really want to mess with in that way. Like he's highly connected. So if anyone's going to be able to wear some stuff on their gloves, and Oscar's there with Turkey, and they're all joined up, and they want this guy Shiraz to win, who knows? Not to say that it happened, but it could happen. And where it was, what was it? Was that in Saudi Arabia?
It was in New York.
New
York. So yeah, who knows? I mean, the guy punching like a truck, like the way he was hitting Shiraz was crazy. I mean, hitting Berlanga like bombs. Have you ever seen that guy punch like that before?
Well, yeah, in England.
In England?
Yeah.
Is he a Brit?
Well, he couldn't do that against what's his name?
Adames.
The Dominican guy?
Adames walked
But then
right
again,
into that
Adames is
guy.
another level.
Yeah, but he's the smaller
So
man.
people are gonna say, "Oh, he was drained. He was drained. That was his weight. Now he's." Yeah.
It could be that. It could be drained. I saw the wraps. They did look a little bizarre.
Well,
they did.
The thing about the Adames fight is he said he had a hurt hand. The weight thing, because that's why he moved up in a lot of ways. That's a tacit admission, and also then the fact that he changed trainers. So I mean, he's trying to tell you, oh, it's all these things. It's not me necessarily. It's all this. That's the way the PR move is. And there's a lot of fighters out there that lose and they stick with one trainer. This guy Shiraz, for all the good that he was getting, the good work that he was getting done there with Chewy. What's his name? Julian Chua, is that the guy's name? From he was an apprentice of the Goosens. Anyway, yeah, all of a sudden, boom, he just leaves him. One bad fight against a top guy, and boom, oh yeah, we gotta go, change weight, change trainers, fucking hurt hand, cracked taint. It's just the whole thing, man. I mean, so it's a little bit weird. It reminds me a little bit of the Amir Khan, Every time he would lose, he would switch trainers as if, oh, it wasn't my fault. He was a trainer. You know what I mean? That's the way it looks when they switch trainers after a loss.
Oh my God! Shiraz, congratulations, Berlanga. Oh my God, you got.
All right, that's disturbing. Didn't want to play that. But Berlanga again. Berlanga has been saying it straight up. Hey, Shiraz, he had something on his gloves, wraps, whatever. It reminds me, Wilder kept saying that to Fury. Fury never sued or anything, or a cease and desist. Why is that? Do you think these guys just don't care, or what's the reason
No,
behind
I think Berlanga's a bad actor. You know, he has his stick. He's riding with it. And I think it's kind of like playground tactics.
Mhm.
You know, Shamsa's, what is he, like a Muslim? And I've seen it. I remember being in the hood and the kids, you know, the first kids they picked on were the Indian kids or an immigrant, you know, because they're the easiest to go after. And I think that's you feel me? Now this he knows what's up.
It also gives him a way to get a rematch that he might not deserve.
And you step to the Indian dude like, "What's up, nigga? I'm a fuck." They don't know. They're like, "Yeah, what?" Like they just start blinking hella fast.
They're like, Yamahatala.
They don't know what's going on, so he knows Hamza Shiraz an easy lick. That's how he looks at it. So he's just trying to be this bully.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. Maybe that's what he sees, and maybe he can't handle the fact that a guy like that ended up knocking him out real bad.
Like, you know what's been ringing in his ear? The what Angel Garcia said. I never seen a Pakistani that can fight. You know.
That's true. Yeah, maybe he's got a chip on his shoulder. But remember, it wasn't Pakistani; it was Pakistanian. I ain't never seen a Pakistani that can box. Angel, Danny, he gonna knock you out. He gonna knock you out, Danny. That's how he used to talk. I kind of miss Angel Garcia, man. Compared to Teofimo Lopez Sr., he was a little bit better. Who do you guys think was more annoying, but also a little bit more entertaining? Angel Garcia?
Angel Garcia was funnier.
Yeah, man. Remember when he was talking about? I remember one time
he seemed a little more about it, you know, because there's all you hear about Teofimo Sr. that he got jumped in front of Teofimo Lopez. Right. That's all you hear about him, you know?
I remember one time he was talking about Zhilei Zhang. No, not Zhilei Zhang, excuse me. What was the guy's name? The two-time gold medalist from China, and they put him on HBO. And he was talking about Zhu Shimin, I think. Yeah, Zhu, something like that. He goes, and he was telling, I think it was on IFL, and he goes, or I forget who was interviewing him. He goes, the only reason this guy is on HBO is because he's from China. And but he does the accent as he was Chinese. I think, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Even the interviewer was laughing. He's like, what's wrong with you?
Who said that?
Angel Garcia. He's like,
that's what I'm saying. See, they have that mentality. Just what I was talking about. The immigrants are the weaker ones. So in the hood, you go after the Chinese, the Pakistani. That's who you go after.
You know what? That's a good point, because I just saw this video of Trinidad and Tobago. This guy is sexually harassing the Asian woman at the cash register, and then her husband or something comes out. He's like, hey, and the other guy's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then another dude that I think he's like a local from Trinidad and Tobago, he starts going after the harasser, and then all of a sudden the harasser stops. And he turns pussy, literally turns pussy. I said, it's interesting. Maybe there's something to what Frank Bay is saying. You know, Frank's from the streets. He doesn't really brag about it because that's not how he was raised, but he knows a thing or two.
Okay, so when I reiterate this point, I want you to give me my credit as well.
Come on.
This is what I was
Don't
talking about.
Don't beg. Come on.
When I say, look. So when I said, why does Clarissa Shields think she can beat up Keith Thurman?
Mm-hmm.
It's solely based on the fact that he lost to Manny Pacquiao, an Asian
man.
And she said it out her own mouth. You can't even whoop on little Pacquiao and you think you can beat me? Because he's a little Asian dude. So she thinks because you lost to an Asian guy, you can't fuck with me. So she thinks she can whoop Manny Pacquiao's ass. I guarantee it.
Sobers, that's very perceptive right there. And some people might say it's a reach, it's a stretch. I say it's the perfect size. That's what I say.
Exactly.
It's a perfect fit. Because it's true, even and I lost the tweet. I know I had it somewhere after Inoue beat Fulton. Well, I forget who he beat. It was post 2023, and Clarissa Shields posted something like, "Man, I didn't know he was that good. I actually never seen him fight before. I'd only seen highlights." It's like, you're supposed to be this boxing genius, this boxing savant, this boxing sage. You've never seen Naoya Inoue fight before. I mean, that's gotta. I'm telling you, this. So you're right. Maybe it is true. Maybe it's a racial thing. Maybe it's they see the slanted eyes and they go, this guy can fight. Because, when I'm in the streets in Brooklyn or New York, whatever, we're always harassing these people and they never fight back. Maybe that's the way they're thinking.
Exactly what
Yeah,
it is.
it's the streets, man.
That's exactly what it is.
I mean, they're coming from the streets. Berlanga, that's his reputation, right? From the streets. His dad was in Sing Sing or something like that. So they
And that's what
carry
he
that.
means
Like,
when he says, well, a nigga like me. He means a street nigga. He's a street person. You know? That's what he's talking about.
Lion Legal in the chat is saying, have I been kicked off the panel? Where, I mean, I don't know how to say this. I mean, you got to be delicate here, but you've never been actually officially part of the panel. I mean, we like having you at the panel, don't get me wrong, but this is it's not an open lines thing today. But I'll invite Lion Legal, see what he has to say. And please, if if he mentions Mayweather, let's not get into fucking Mayweather, all right? That whole thing.
We know where it's going.
We go in circles. I mean, we've been talked about it ad nauseum here. Not that it has its place. Don't get me wrong. It's always a good discussion, but I mean, it's almost always a good discussion, but not right now, please.
Don't you dare bring up Shakur.
I don't know, but he keeps saying, "Hey man, the panel." So let's see if he even joins. Now, I want to tell people that don't forget to hit the like. It really helps us out. Don't forget to subscribe if you yet to do so already, and don't forget if you want to donate a couple of shekels. Hey, I mean, hey, I forget to tell people that we got the Roadcaster here. You guys helped us raise the money for that Roadcaster, and we thank you very much for it. And I got to tell you, it's a whole lot better. Like, for example, I'm going to say a bunch of racist things, all right? But I'm going to be able to mute myself here with the power of the Roadcaster. You know what I really hate?
You need a new fund, the BDA bank.
I'm starting to really get... I'm annoyed with this...
The fuck up, pussy.
P-word.
Oh, you don't even want to hear what I just said, by the way.
That
you
was
just
a long curse word.
I mean, it was. But I mean, that's the power of the Roadcaster, and everything sounds smoother too. I mean, maybe it's imperceptible to some people, but I notice it, and I know Bucho has noticed it too. That the audio sounds much crisper, or as Emmanuel Stewart would say, crispier. All right, this was the other thing I wanted to talk about. Was it crunchy? Who's saying crunchy? I want to talk about this. Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Foster is going to be taking place on May the 30th, I believe, or somewhere down the line. May the 30th. Yes, I was right. And it's taking place in Texas, all right? Now, don't expect this to be fireworks necessarily, but I've been waiting for the press conference because these guys were genuinely going at it. They've been going at it for the past 2 years on Twitter, at least. And so I was waiting for the press conference, and sure enough, it was here today. I didn't see people talking about it on the Discord, so I guess it flew under the radar, but thanks to yours truly here, we're going to catch the best bits, all right? So this Oshaki Foster on the left with his trainer, I think that's his trainer, and Raymond Ford on the right side of your screen. And that's the way we're going to do it. What's going on in the chat here? What's going on? What Lion Legal stop crying? What happened? Did he take what I said the wrong way, or what happened here?
Uh-oh.
I gotta go look at it here. Lion Legal message retract.
You have to apologize.
Lion Legal.
You have to apologize.
All I see in the chat is
he retracted his message.
What did he say? Come on, what's going on here? Trapac says, "Don't let Lion Legal on instead of Lion Legal. Lion Legal on."
Should we open the phone lines, man? In like a few minutes. I don't know.
Let's try that Roadcaster out, bro.
Well, Butcher, can we do it through you?
I
Or
specifically made sure I put in like the last $20. Therefore, I get all the credit. You guys are welcome.
Yeah, I can open the phone lines.
All right, yeah, you take care of that, police. Now
you take care of it.
We've got this is okay. So in this clip here, this is the I think this is Oshaki Foster's trainer. I forget. He says that Raymond Ford has never been on the big stage before.
Forward to this fight. Ray is an excellent young challenger. I commend him for stepping up to this challenge, but this is going to be a stage that he's never seen before.
What exactly does that mean? Because it's in Texas, but I mean, Foster's not exactly a big name. So what are they talking about?
I like how he dropped the mic underneath his waist and shit. Like he was like, yeah, he just dropped a hot bar on you.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a level you never seen before. And then he put the mic down so he could really absorb what he just said. You know,
big statement.
And level you've never seen, BDA. You understand?
I mean, Oshaki Foster, if you see a lot of his fights, they're all by close decision. I mean, the one that he managed to pull off against Rocky Hernandez, he was losing. And I'm really interested in how a lot of people are surprised. Like, oh my God, how was he losing? It was because he was in Mexico. No, he was getting outworked.
Well, he was applying the Homer Simpson method.
He would appear
Let
that
Rocky
way.
Hernandez exhaust himself, beating the shit out of him for like 11 rounds, right?
Exactly. Now here they go back to talking about it's simmering here, the tension. And it starts to come out here at minute 6:10.
Most definitely. I appreciate y'all for, finally signing that contract. We've been waiting. The time is now. But
Stop saying contract, bro.
What? You had to sign a contract, right?
Bruh, you know how negotiations go, bro. Stop talking about contract.
But why? What took you so long to fight me?
You ain't at that level yet, bro. So when you get a contract, you just sign.
What took you so long?
Stop saying that, though, bro.
What took you so long to fight me?
What you mean? How took long? What you mean?
You said this been personal for 2 years,
because you keep bringing up August.
What you mean, though?
But what's he over? What you mean, though? What you mean? No, but what you mean? Like they don't understand anything or what?
All right, so up in here, man.
They start. I mean, they're just going back and forth. Here's a little bit more here. I had to fast forward here, by the way.
Get on your ass.
This is razor sharp wit, These barbs they're showing at each other. They're throwing at each other.
Right. It's a little bit like
you didn't know sobers.
Now, what you mean? What you talking about?
Sobers. The dice game. You didn't know they were shooting dice?
Yeah.
It's about the same, right?
What you mean?
Get on your ass if you would have fought him over me.
So the only way I'd be pushed into a back against the wall is he was my mandatory. He's not my mandatory. So therefore, I went to him.
You wasn't going to make no money fighting Magnesium either, though.
Who?
You wasn't going to make no paper fighting Magnesium?
Wasn't on my.
They were gonna fight Magneto, but apparently nobody wanted to fight Magneto. I don't know who Magneto is. And by the way, what's up with the fucking huge belt they gave Oshak? Is this a joke or something? Look at the size of that belt. It's like the Aztec calendar,
extra large,
or the Mayan calendar, whatever. Yeah, yeah.
I don't have a mandatory is what I'm trying to tell your goof ass. You keep talking about I'm back.
Who was you going to fight? Who was you going to fight? Who was you going to fight?
Anybody I wanted, bro. Like you,
bruh. That's how I'm gonna talk to BDA. Shut your goofy ass up, bruh.
Yeah. There you go. Try to talk to me that way. See what
that is
happens.
how I talk to people. That is how I talk to people on YouTube. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, you're right. There's not a whole lot of presentation there, decorum from Sobers whenever he talks to people. That's true.
All this trash talk and the fight's gonna be garbage.
Exactly, man. That's why we're watching this, because these are the highlights. This is the best we're gonna get from these two guys. Although I don't know, man. You maybe Raymond Ford's gonna surprise us. If anybody's got the
I hope so.
Because he's more of a come forward guy. He's not so much of a mover.
Yeah, it's up to him though, because Shakur Foster isn't gonna fight. I mean, he's gonna fight the way he fights, and we know what that is.
Exactly.
Not exciting. I'm gonna open the phone lines then.
Okay, but
a lot of badoinks.
Yeah, it's gonna be that type of fight, for a badoink fight. Hopefully not.
I think Foster will beat him pretty easy, I think.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now
because his length, his length and his badoink style.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's interesting now that you mentioned it, because I'm looking at the statistics here.
I forget which Ford is the one who wears the flamboyant fur around his neck, right? He fought Ball.
They're both a little bit weird looking, that's for sure, when it comes to styles. Now, stylistically, or from the dimensions that I see here, Raymond Ford is, according to these statistics here, he's 1.5 inches shorter than Shakur Foster. So Raymond Ford is a guy moving up. Let's not forget that not that long ago, he was a 126.
Yeah, he's the guy that lost the ball, right?
Yes, and was pretty close to losing to Katov, whatever his name was. He pulled that fight off at the last second, over at ESPN. Now, there's more going on here. This is them going back and forth still about. There's a lot. They really went back and forth. Some good bits here.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Make sure you pay.
Oh, and then Raymond Ford's, I think that's his trainer father or whatever. He gets involved in it. So.
And I'm gonna show you, brother. His levels.
You're not gonna show nothing.
You ain't ever been up here. I'm gonna show you,
nothing.
On me.
Not gonna show nothing.
Just make sure you pay your coaches after the fight. That's all.
You tripping?
What is you talking about, bro? You know exactly what I'm talking about. Just make sure you pay them. Hey man, look, you mind your business. Don't go run from your coach. What are you talking about? Be running from your.
By the way, they had to put up the "we apologize for the bad language" disclaimer. That's what the zone had to do, because I think this is broadcasting to little kids or something. I don't know.
Coaches, man, make sure you pay them after this ass whoop.
Who said ass whooping?
May 30th, the Jersey ass whooping is getting put down in Houston. Don't miss.
Y'all better be careful. This might be your last shot, homie. you better get right.
So Ford's trainer, Ford is from New Jersey, I think. So he really needs to win so he can get out of there. But he said that his coach said that there's that Jersey ass whooping coming on Houston. So it's become like this rap thing, like East Coast versus Central Coast or whatever the fuck Texas is a thing. It's almost like a rap thing. It's his hometown versus hometown. So I suspect there's going to be some shenanigans going on fight week when Raymond Ford, he's probably going to bring an entourage. And we're going to talk more about who might be in that entourage, by the way, later on.
Somebody might get shot. You never know.
You saying they need metal detectors for that fight?
I did not say that. That is Frank Bay is iterating those words. I mean, he's saying those words and it's not me, so don't come at me for saying that. Now, in this clip here, Ford, okay, this is a weird one.
That's right, you.
All right. It's a creepy intro, man. All right, anyway.
You gotta stop dick riding, bro. You gotta stop dick eating, bro. No bullshit.
Is that the plan?
Keep his name on your
made
What
it.
you just say?
Let's rewind that.
I've been wanting, and he like, I jump in the middle of. That's what's gonna happen.
You all right, man? I'm gonna beat you.
You gotta stop dick riding, bro. You gotta stop dick eating, bro. No. Stop dick eating,
What
bro.
is it? You gotta stop
dick
dick
eating,
eating,
bro.
like, what?
You gotta stop dick riding and you gotta stop dick eating. Dick eating. Boy. I think he said boy. Here's another. Well, I'm gonna skip that one. Here's another one. This is Eddie Hearn really trying to get down to the nitty-gritty of the rivalry and what's been going on here.
Boxing, briefly. This challenge, you know, there's no love lost between you two, but how do you rate him as a fighter? I know you have respect for the guys, but you just think you're on a different level?
No, they just told me he just gave me like he rated me like a 4 out of 10 or some shit. So he ass. Fuck that nigga. He ass. He don't get no credit.
So he's talking about dicking, dick riding, and ass. Okay.
Yeah, what's going on here, man?
They're razor sharp weight.
They're talking. It's getting a little bit weird. Stop dick riding, stop dick eating ass.
Shitty.
Is this true that was the rating? 4 out of 10 for Rayful?
Hey, look, man.
He
Look,
for real. He know I'm nice, but he just gotta say that.
I labeled him a 5 because
He
I feel
knows
like
I'm
he's a
nice.
decent fighter.
I'm nice looking, dick eating and dick riding.
I feel like he's a good
prolapsed ass, yeah.
fighter, but I'm gonna show him what a great fighter look like when they get in there with me. They gonna ask me to rate
Their voices getting deeper the more they talk.
Is what?
He's like, I'm gonna.
Are their voices getting deeper the longer they talk?
I'm gonna drag you into deep waters. I'm gonna real deep on you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like who's saying that?
He's gonna be like, I'm gonna be balls deep. Balls
Come on, man.
Man, that's a great ass.
That's
He's gonna
I'm
be
expecting.
like, pause. No, I'm gonna be ball deep. Remember what ball did to you? He's gonna be wearing a t-shirt to the ring that says balls deep.
Fool, you would be the worst promoter, man. Let me tell you. All right, let's keep watching this.
I'm gonna rate a guy I'm gonna put him 5 because he hasn't done nothing. He won a title, then he lost it, and he hasn't
won the title and lost it.
Man, look, I defended mine though.
And you look like shit every time.
Look, man,
You just look good.
3 times.
You look good one time.
3 times, man. Look, listen, bro.
Then they get into the who's the best guy you ever.
Good one time.
Fighter, but I'm a great fighter.
Is he the best fighter you fought?
He gonna say no. Go ahead and say some
Ray Vargas.
He better than me?
He was 2 division champion before I fought him, going for his 3rd division. Same thing with Stephen Fulton. How can I say a guy that hasn't accomplished the things that the guys that I fought? Come on, man.
What do you guys think about that? Is Raymond Ford more dangerous than Vargas and Stephen Fulton, who was coming up as recently as 2 years before that, 122?
Raymond Vargas?
No. I said Raymond. Is Raymond Ford better or more dangerous than Vargas and Stephen Fulton?
Who has more power? Raymond
know.
Ford, I guess. No,
I don't think Ford has
either.
much power. Does he?
No.
I don't think this is gonna be a very. I don't want to say it's a cherry pick, but I think O'Shaquie Foster is gonna have an easy time with him, just like he did with. Oh, what's his name? Stephen Fulton. These guys are just too little at
That's
this
the way I
weight
see
class.
it.
Yeah.
And
this
he's
guy's
kind of does what they do. he kind of does what they do. Kind of does it. He's a little bit bigger than them, so he just does it a little bit better.
He's unwilling to overextend himself too. To beat this guy, you got to be all on top of him.
Exactly.
I think this guy here will beat for sure. He'll also beat Shakur. I think that's why Shakur never fought him.
I don't know about that one.
I think he would. I believe he would beat Shakur fairly easily.
Oh,
that guy, just with his reach and he doesn't overextend himself. He would make Shakur come to him, and Shakur would get eaten up probably with little bedoink jabs and all that. He out bedoinks Shakur. He's better at it.
Who I did want to see Oshaki fight was El Indio, Emmanuel Navarrete.
Oh yeah, that's the fight.
Oh yeah,
that's the fight I wanted to see.
He has the style to beat any of those guys. Shakur, all of them.
Well, that brings up a good, interesting. That brings up an interesting point here.
It's like a 140 now.
Oh, he could be.
Oh, yeah, that would have been.
That's why he left. He didn't do shit, right? That would have been the fight, right? Him versus Navarrete right there. That would have been a good one.
Hey, but the way Shakur Stevenson talks about himself recently, I'm just a little guy. I'm a 126. I came up from 126. So yeah, maybe he should be, could be fighting a 130. A little baby. Imagine he starts age regressing too. On top of that, imagine he starts age.
My baby teeth.
Yeah,
he does have his baby teeth.
He's like thumbing his mouth there, like he's sucking his thumb.
During the press conference,
his baby teeth would never fall out. They had to glue men's teeth.
During the press conference, hey Shakur, what about what's next for you? My tummy hurts. Like he can continue the press conference.
I shit my pants. I make poo-poo. I make poo-poo. Poo-poo my pants.
All right. Oh man! All right, you guys are fucking. Oh man.
You good, bro?
I really got to Bucho, but yeah. All right.
This guy's making baby sounds.
He starts crying in the middle of
the fight, Shakur.
It would be Max Kellerman that would do that, right? Shakur's so cute, isn't he?
He starts crawling in the ground. Like, he starts
out of the room. He crawls out of the room. Like,
starts creeping. Yeah. Starts creeping people out.
Thanks a lot, Shakur. And Max Kellerman
crawls out of the room.
He's rocking him in the carriage. He's talking about how great Keyshawn is as well.
All right. Hey, but by the way, that brings up a good point. So you were talking about Top Rank and all that. I think Oshaki Foster is with Top Rank because I see the Top Rank banner or logo behind them. So I think this is Top Rank versus Matchroom.
It's a Top Rank card. That's isn't that the first? I think it's what they signed with.
Now the first one is Keyshawn Davis versus Albright, the rematch.
Oh, I thought this was on the same card.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, don't quote me on that. No, I don't think it. No, because Keyshawn Davis is fighting in Virginia, and this fight is in Texas.
Albright? Keyshawn is going to fight Albright?
Yes, they're going to rematch, yes.
Yes.
That sounds like that's going to be a better fight than this other shit, this Foster thing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dude that
one. That's the rematch of a fight he already won.
Yeah, but a lot of people say that he might have lost.
I don't think anybody said that. I think they said that he definitely got hurt.
Albright, you saw his last fight?
He got hurt by Albright. That's the guy they jumped.
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Albright, didn't Albright recently fought his brother?
He beat his brother.
Yeah, he beat his brother.
Yeah,
So that was that fight. He knocked him out, right? Am I wrong?
Well, he dropped him, I think. Hurt him, but
he dropped him. Yeah.
He dropped him, yeah.
Yeah, but what's his name?
He's pretty good.
Albright's pretty good. I mean, he lost the first fight against Keyshawn Davis, and then Keyshawn Davis popped dirty for narcotics, so that's why they turned to no contest on that. I really don't see the point of them doing it again now, though. It's a bit of a waste of time. But
some bad blood.
Yes.
Bad blood there.
People call in the phone numbers on in the chat.
It's in the screen. It's on the screen now. It's on the screen.
Dropped my baby out of the baby cage.
All right, now with this whole Oshaki Foster thing, there's a little bit more left here because it's got some interesting bits. Here is they're talking about who did it better versus Abraham Nova, who's one of their mutual opponents.
Bruh,
Who you ever beat up?
All that bad stuff,
Who you ever beat up?
man, look, man.
Who you ever beat up?
Huh?
Who you ever beat up?
Anybody they put in front of me.
You beat up Nova?
Anybody they put in front of me.
You beat up Kinsisa?
I like how you always bring up Nova, bro. I want you to understand something, bro. Nova went. I had him pissing blood and all kind of stuff
What
after
the
our
fuck that
fight.
got to do with me?
You and Nova, bro,
What
you
that
was
got
like, he
to do with
running
me?
you down with his
gave that
hand
guy
about.
STDs.
Man, come on, man.
he gave you fire crotch. I gave him fire crotch. It's like, I mean,
I want you to know.
I want what? Yeah, that's the other thing that Silver's point. I was like, what?
I made it burn when he pees.
Look here, man.
Man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't about shit.
I'm dealing gonorrhea.
What?
What?
Oh, and then this is where it gets interesting. Okay, because they're talking about Ford is talking like he's really a tough guy. Foster says that Ford hasn't even stopped any of his foes. Meanwhile, the only person that Foster managed to stop was Rocky Hernandez. So he's acting like he's a big puncher. So they're going back and forth about that. But then check this out. Then this is where we're getting to the whole thing about what's going to happen with the crowd. Because there is apparently Raymond Ford, who's from New Jersey, has been training somewhat with the Bomac, Shakur Stevenson crowd, those circles. So check out what they're talking about. It might be an incendiary situation come fight night. That's all I'm going to say. But check this out.
Brilliant atmosphere.
I feel great. I love the fact that he's training out there and his whole squad is training out there. So, just like the last camp, I went against the whole Philly, Bozy and his team. I feel like I'm doing the same thing. You know what I mean? I'm going against Shakur and his camp. So across the ring, I want to see all of them. I want to see him. I want to see everybody that's over there helping you.
You fighting me. You not. It ain't
don't
Shakur
matter.
in his camp. You fighting.
That's the motivation I get. So once I see all of them, all y'all gonna be crying together. That's my point.
Who said what? Stop saying his name.
That was funny.
It's pretty funny, bro.
That was a good comeback.
Like, you know what I mean? All y'all gonna be hurt together.
Only person who cry after losing is you. We seen that.
Couple times. That's why you went from.
No, but that he got him. See, he thought Shaggy Foster thought he had it in the bag with that one in the exchange, and then
he just put him on mute on that one, right?
Yeah, because for people that don't know the reference, Shaggy Foster when he lost to Conceição, and a lot of people made that to be like it was a robbery. Oh, my robbery! Shaggy Foster wasn't doing much but jumping back, and Conceição did something that most boxers should do, which is just let your hands go. And two of the judges are going to give you the win if you're lucky, and that's what happened with Conceição. He just let his hands go. Wasn't yes.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was going to say the only reason he got that rematch in the first place was because he cried his eyes out like a little baby.
Wait, you're saying he only got
That's what I sincerely believe. Yes.
You're saying he got the rematch out of sympathy. It's like when actors get a sympathy Oscar because they should have won in 1 year and then 5 years later they get it for a movie they didn't deserve.
Yeah, like when they would have that Indian on the TV with the one single teardrop.
Interesting.
I guarantee that's the only reason he got that fight because they're like, oh, they're already like half believing he won or whatever, right? Because they be telling themselves that, and they're like, oh my God, look at him, he's crying, he's heartbroken. Oh, just just let him do it again. Who gets rematches like that?
That's a good point. And the second fight was close as well. And I thought that one Conceição had more of an argument for having won that one, the rematch. So you might be right there, Sobers.
Once I see all of them, all y'all gonna be crying together. That's my point. Like, you know what I mean? All y'all gonna be hurt together.
Only person who cry after losing is you. We seen that.
Together.
Couple times. That's why you went from 135 to 130. It was too tough up there.
All right, and then again, so that's Raymond Ford. I think that's his father and trainer. So he gets involved as well. Actually, Foster involves him a little bit there because he starts getting a little annoyed with him. So check out what happens here. Hold on a second.
I can't tell.
Listen, just be ready, gang. That's all.
You a little boy. You better get a better trainer.
You a little boy.
Both of y'all a little boy.
He's a little boy.
Training
little boy.
Both of y'all little boy.
I'm a grown
get a man in your corner because he gonna send you to that gulag. He don't know what he doing over there.
I'm a grown man. Remember Corey Spinks when he was crying after he won?
I'm a grown man.
I'm a grown man. It's like, all right, we can see.
He's gonna send him to the gulag. Is that what he said?
No.
Gulag, bro.
I mean, it's all prison talk, right? It's all about.
Come on, Frank.
Well, I think that was a Call of Duty reference, bro. I think that was a Call of Duty.
Everything.
Right, that's what I think. That's what I thought.
It's just attacking each other's manhood, like you a little boy, like
That's a good point.
Stop dicking him.
Stop dicking him in the gulag.
They better fight like in a real fight, like show up, man.
Yeah, they better. That's a good point. They better, man.
That was funny though when he told me he's like, "You better get a real trainer who looks like a little boy." That was pretty funny. He said his dad looked like a little boy. That's pretty funny.
I'm a grown man.
Both are like little boys.
I'm a grown
That was
man.
pretty funny, bro.
do to Shaki Foster when you become
Whatever I
WBC world
want.
champion?
Whatever I want.
All right, so then he asked him, what's going to happen, Eddie Hearn with the question, what happens on May the 30th? You know, that age-old question.
When you become WBC world champion.
Whatever I want. Whatever I want. And he can't fuck with me. That's just what it is. Beating him.
He don't even believe that. Y'all see his face? He don't even believe.
Why don't I? You think I'm gonna be calling you out for 2 years
your
and not
face
believe?
can't hide the truth, bro. You
the truth.
You ain't got no confidence in yourself, bro. Chill.
That's what you got from that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sound too confident.
And the confidence with you, Shaki Foster?
All right, now, the face-off here. This is where I'm a little surprised here. Look at that. Raymond.
They're about the same size, ain't they?
It looks like it, but then, okay, so you guys saw it there, that they're about the same height, right? But look at Raymond Ford's shoes. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me up the quality here.
Well, you saw him standing next to
The
the
guy's
ball.
off.
He was not too far in height. So.
But let me zoom in. Look at his shoes. He's got like remember the Seinfeld with the special shoes there for jumping higher. Look at that.
Gives him like an inch or two, maybe.
Those are clown shoes. Those are stilts, or what do they call them? Lifts.
It's just like it looks like skateboarder shoes, sort of. You know, they got a little more rubber on there.
I wonder if you could fight in those things and be comfortable.
That just sounded crazy. Him calling him a little boy, and they jump up and they're the same size.
Now, you know what, Recognize? I don't think those are because the thing about boxing, you got to have that balance. So that you want the shoes as flat as possible. If you have these fucking, what's that?
Because when you fight, you want to be closer to the ground, right?
Exactly.
Like
But for a guy like Foster, you kind of want to be shorter to get
Yeah.
in on him. Right? It's
Yeah.
better.
Sometimes shorter.
Oh yeah, for sure, it's
sometimes
better
shorter
to get under
wide-
those shots. You
Yeah.
step in on him real quick.
I always felt that was the reason why Ruiz knocked out what's his name? AJ.
Yeah, that's why Mike Tyson was knocking out all those giant guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was getting underneath their shots much easier. He gets on top of you real quick. So if you're a guy like a Foster who throws like one punch at a time, you know, a littler guy can get on you pretty quick if they do it right.
I hear some dog in the background there. Somebody's got that dog.
That's my dog.
But speaking,
I got that dog in there.
I got that dog. Woof woof. But speaking, okay, so that was the press conference there for Raymond Ford with Shaki Foster, or rather, it was Shaki Foster because he's the titleist against Raymond Ford, May the 30th in Houston. And like Bucho said, this is about as good as it's gonna get. Because go in there with low expectations is what I'm saying. Don't base what's gonna happen in the ring don't base it off of the press conference, because then you're gonna be disappointed. And hopefully they surprise us.
Well, you know what? I just want to point out a comment in the chat by Mort. Raymond Ford did in fact get a gift decision against Edward Vasquez. He schooled him.
That's true. Yes.
No, it's at 126.
Mm-hmm.
I think Foster's gonna have an easy time with him.
You think Foster's gonna have an easy time with Ford? Interesting. All right, break it down.
Yeah, I think he's gonna look like the Stephen Fulton fight. These guys are just too little, and he's already established at the weight class. He's shown himself to be like legit. He can compete with Consencio, although he needed 2 tries to kind of get the win. He's just bigger and better than these smaller guys coming up from 126 to 122.
I mean, Raymond Ford, at least he's not he can work his way on the inside a little bit more than Fulton. Fulton really has shown no ability to work his way. He can fight on the inside, but he can work his way on the inside. Ford, at least, when he went at it against Kataev or Katov, whatever, on ESPN, that was a long southpaw. And yeah, I think Raymond Ford was losing that one, but at least he managed to get his power across. Now, that was at 126. Who knows if he can even do that at 130? I don't know. Yeah, you're right, though, Sobers. He's up against it, Raymond Ford here. He has to really show something he's never shown us before. And that's never good. When you have to say that before a fight, like, well, if he can do this and it's something he's never really done before, then yeah, it's a bit of a problem. A little bit. Fellas, don't forget to hit the like. Hit the like really helps us out. This is the boxing show. This is the rumors, news and rumors show. We got a lot going on here. We got the phone lines are open. So you got your window here to call in. Phone numbers are in the middle left-hand portion of your screen. And in the meantime, this is Kenny Porter, who we haven't seen a lot of him since his son retired. And everyone's got to get an opinion about Conor Benn. So check out what he had to say about Conor Benn.
Your son recently sparred Conor Benn. Yeah, he sparred him. So I don't know if you can give me an insight, because you guys must have spoke about it. And also what you thought of the fight against Regis.
He didn't talk to me about sparring. I did watch most of Conor's fight. I want to say I came in about the 3rd round, but I watched every round after that. To my eyes, he looked good. To other people, they're comparing him to the fighters in the next weight class, or in that weight class, and what he would be able to do against those guys. I don't think that's fair. You don't look at a guy and say, "Oh, he's fighting at 147 now." Am I correct? He's fighting at 147 now, so he's got to fight Shakur or he's got to fight Ryan. What's he going to do against Ryan? Well, no, that's not how this works. You're going to have to judge him against who he's fighting at that particular time, and then make the decision based on what happens at the end of that fight. I saw a lot of things I like. I saw hand speed. I saw good body punching. I saw quick feet. I saw a lot of athleticism. I seen a guy that was...
Let's face the facts. Is he looking at cash signs here? Is he looking at dollar signs? I've seen some people starting to maybe prop up Conor Benn a little bit. Are people starting to realize, hey, maybe Conor Benn's got that Zuffa money behind him now. Maybe I can, everyone's badmouthing him. So if I actually defend him, I'm the guy that's going to stand out in his eyes. And maybe I can get some of that, spray. The after spray.
He wants to train him. He wants to be part of the camp.
That's what I'm asking. So what do you guys think? Does he have a point, and does he sort of want to integrate himself there with Conor Benn?
He wants to be friends.
I mean, listen.
No, I mean, like, yeah. Why would he say that? I mean, most people are saying that that performance from Conor Benn was terrible, subpar.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at here, because if it was a regular pro grade, then it would be kind of okay. But the fact that he went into that fight all crippled up, and that was a rumor, and then pro grade admits it. Like, oh yeah, he said he had 3 injuries: an eye injury, a hand injury, and I forget what the other one. I think it was a taint or something injury. What do you guys think about that? By the way, some people are saying, "Oh, respect to pro grade for showing up injured and still fighting." But what about us, the fans? We didn't get to see the best pro grade, and apparently it was known for like 3 weeks prior to the fight that he wasn't okay to fight. So were we cheated out of a good fight?
Well,
especially if it's
BDA, what about the people who thought he was going to win and spend money on him? What about his real fans?
That's what I'm saying. Is that fair to the
I'm
fans?
talking about the ones that gambled on him.
Exactly. Is that fair to the fans is what I'm asking, guys. Or do you...
It's not.
Or do you... Yeah, who here respects pro grade for showing up injured and still giving...
No, you don't get respect for lying and then crying about it afterwards, bro.
Exactly. That's a good way of putting it. But then that's the thing. So now there's some people starting to sort of change their tune a little bit. Maybe because we got the Ryan Garcia Conor Benn fight coming up. Check out what Mike Coppinger really caught some flack for this. Check out what he had to say on Inside the Ring, which, by the way, they're doing it via Zoom now. They weren't in the studio, I think. So some people are starting to wonder whether maybe something's afoot here. Maybe they're cutting corners now when it comes to the ring production. But check out what Coppinger had to say about Conor Benn.
I love this fight. I think people are being way too harsh on Conor Benn, like we said on the show last week. He fought a very tough style in Regis Prograis, who, yes, is at the end of his career, but nonetheless a crafty southpaw who knows how to handle himself, who likes to scrap. So
who's talking that? Who's there talking?
That's
BDA?
Mike Coppinger.
Why does it sound like he's having a stroke?
Really? What happened? What was he? What was the audio?
It's a great fight.
What you mean? Let me rewind it. See what you thought.
Like, I can see his face contorting while he talks.
Let me see. Let me hear it back here.
Style in Regis Prograis, who, yes, is at the end of his career, but nonetheless.
Yeah, that's how he always sounds. Because at the end of his career, you got to give him credit. Remember when Bob Arum screamed at him? Yeah, but Bob, that wouldn't have happened had you actually paid him what he deserved. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, you little prick. Really? Yeah, prick. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Crafty southpaw.
Yeah, let's go. He hit him with the Dubois. Yeah, let's go.
Southpaw who knows how to handle himself, who likes to scrap. So Conor Benn, I think like we say, right? It's a cliche, but win this time, look good next time, and I think Conor Benn will look.
Wasn't this the fight where he was supposed to look good? This was the fight where he was supposed to look good. I mean, it's a guy, 36-year-old guy, all crippled up, fighting at welterweight for only what was it, the second time or something like that? Maybe the first time.
Super welterweight.
Super welterweight. Yeah, there you go. and he couldn't even drop him. Now, again, Regis Prograis did say, "Oh, this guy, it's the hardest punching guy I ever fought." But then he also said in another interview, he's not world class yet.
Oh, we have a phone call here.
Go ahead. Okay. Let's take a phone call.
210. You're on the air. 210.
Yo, what up? Southpaw. How's it going, guys?
Oh, Southpaw. What's up, man?
Yeah, man. Not much, man. Raymond Ford. I don't know. Like that's in my neck of the woods. So I'm hesitant on buying it because, like you guys said, man, I don't trust their styles. I don't trust their. It's not even their styles. Because these guys are. What kills me about these real athletic guys, and usually they're the brothers, right? Like they're super capable, but for some reason they don't like to fight. Like they don't like to fight. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's going to be a jabbing contest, if they're going to be trying to look cute. So I'm not going to buy tickets until I see the undercard. If it's a good undercard, I'll go. But if it's not, I'm fuck, man. I don't want to go there and just be bored to death. You know what I mean?
Well, that's probably what's going to happen. So you better make a decision about what you're willing to. Are you willing to lose money? Because that's what's going to happen. If you pay money for those tickets and the fight turns out to be subpar, you're losing money. So, how much are you willing to part with? Is the question.
Yeah, man. And because I just bought BAM tickets. I bought floor tickets to the BAM fight, and I got to fly to fucking Arizona, man. I was pissed off that they didn't put him back in San Antonio. He's red hot down here, man. People are dying to see him here, and they're putting him back in Arizona. I get it. It's probably the playoffs. They couldn't get the venues because the Spurs are real good this year. It's probably concerts booked up, but I'm disappointed. But I'm gonna go. I gotta support my guy from my neighborhood. But yeah, man, and I think he should link up with Benavidez while he's there, man. Or Benavidez should link up with Bam, because if it was a weird connection with Benavidez and Ryan, wasn't it? Like they're like two different kinds of Mexican American dudes, and seeing them linked up was maybe working Benavidez's favor. And I think with like Bam, I'm pretty cool with his dad. So when last time I saw him down here, I'm like, bro, you got to bring him down here. San Antonio's the second most Mexicans per capita behind LA. You got to bring him here, man. Just do a little round tour. Because when my favorite fighter was Fernando Vargas, right? Well, one of my favorite fighters. He came around and he did his rounds. He came down here. He went to all the gyms. He went to a little local boxing match. And and this was after he lost to Tito. So man, you got to really do your rounds. If you're not Oscar De La Hoya and if you're not Canelo Alvarez and you're Mexican, you know what I mean? And Zurdo has fought down here. I've seen him live a few times. He doesn't draw flies to shit. So that's going to be a tough sell. But I think they should do a little trifecta. You know what I mean? Like Bam is big down here in Texas. He's like the heart of boxing down here. Benavidez got to Arizona. Ryan Garcia got to California. I mean, we're all connected, man. Like a lot of people in San Antonio, Mexicans down here, have relatives in LA and California and vice versa. There's like a big connection, and it's like that with Arizona and Cali too. So, because I used to be stationed in Arizona, and it's the same kind of thing. Everybody's related to people in California because they all come from California because they're all leaving California because it's too expensive, right? But I think Benavidez is doing the right thing. He's gonna he's gonna beat the shit out of Zurdo, and I think he will beat Bivol because Bivol's already kind of like, it's all about when you get guys, you know what I mean? All the greats have gotten older names when they're a little bit more faded, and it's going to take them a while, man, because unfortunately, a lot of fans that are Mexican, they're still kind of bitter about Canelo ducking him, and they had to do backflips to try to say he didn't. So it's a little bit of the whole, I don't like, my friend doesn't like that guy, so I don't like that guy. You know what I mean? So it's kind of immature, but Canelo did duck him, and I think that's why a lot of guys are so bitter, because they know deep down that's why a lot of people are hesitant on Benavidez.
Well, if you keep repeating it, yeah, you might change the timeline there. But it's interesting that when you were up to with the Bam's father, Bam's father, you started making demands like, "Hey, you got to bring him back." He was like, "What did he say when you said that?"
No. I'm talking about Benavidez.
Oh, I thought
I'm
you were
talking about Benavidez. No, I know Bam's dad real well. Me and Bam's dad go way back. But no, I'm talking about Benavidez's dad.
No, but
he needs to like kind of do a little.
No, but you said I think earlier you said
Texas,
earlier
Arizona, New Mexico.
Earlier you said you talked to Bam's father, didn't you?
That's what I heard. No, I was talking about Benavidez's father.
Oh, okay. You told him bring Benavidez here, David here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, if they do a trifecta.
Yeah, because that's what Fernando Vargas did. Like, yeah, somebody brought up Fernando Vargas, and that's what he did back in the day, and it worked really well for him. Like, people turned out to see him. He went to one of the gym I was at the time. He came over, and that's one of the first gyms he stopped at, and that's when I kind of met him when he came to my gym. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to build up another star since there's really no passing the torch fights anymore. So they got to build from zero, man, and like nobody's buying pay-per-views anymore. Everybody's stealing. So it is what it is, man. We gotta create something somehow, and there's no HBO. So
yeah, maybe they get rid of the pay-per-view thing, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But anyway, listen, Southpaw, we gotta move on.
That'll never go away, man.
Yeah, not anytime soon. But anyway, listen, we gotta move on here. But thank you for your call, and call back next time, man. Take it easy out there.
All right, guys, and don't forget, Canelo ducked him. Later, guys.
What's with the phone too? By the way, I was going to ask him about the phone. It's cracking all the time. Every time he speaks,
his phone is always cracking, man. Yeah. Well, we got another phone call. Let's see if it was his phone or
hopefully it was
from our end.
Because if it wasn't, yeah.
Oh wait, did I get the right 410? No, 210.
Yeah. What's up there, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
It's Jerry. What's up with Jerry?
Yeah.
Jerry.
I'm also in the camp that Canelo ducked Benavidez. I like Canelo. I followed his whole career. Never been the ducking type that I could see. But, yeah, Benavidez, man, I mean, you heard what he said. He said he wanted like $150 to $200 million to fight him. That right there, it should tell you all you need to know. But we also can't overlook the fact that for 2 years, Benavidez was the top super middleweight. He was the guy. And Canelo is a cash cow. He can make fights that he wants to make. He was able to make them with everybody else. How is it that you clean out the division and then you even fight some young guns, but you don't fight the guy who was the top guy the whole time? I mean, to me, it's black and white, and I love Canelo. I think he's a hell of a fighter. We want to fight David for some reason, you know, and I don't think they're ever going to fight it at this point. But, yeah, man, I mean, what says you?
I mean, we're gonna go back to the same old thing about the Benavidez Canelo thing. All I'll say is this: new development in this whole saga. Remember, Samson Lukowicz just recently said about Sebastian Fundora. Well, if anybody wants to see Sebastian Fundora, it's got to happen on the PBC. So they're still making crazy demands, nonsensical demands, just like they did with Canelo when they say, well, if we're going to fight, it's got to be on the PBC. I mean, why are they making demands of the A-side guy? I mean, that's what everybody keeps saying. Canelo was the A-side. If he wanted to make the fight happen, he could have. Well, why are these guys demanding? What else were they demanding there? I mean, it just seems like they never really wanted to fight the guy, or at least not on his terms. So that's the way I look at it.
Well, Canelo didn't have any problem fighting Caleb Plant with PBC. In fact, if I remember correctly, I think he signed a 3-fight deal with them, and he didn't seem to have a problem doing that. But when it comes to Benavidez, he had a problem. Now, some people point out and say, well, Benavidez never petitioned his mandatory spot, which is a crock of shit, really. I mean, what's the point in being ranked number one if you got to jump through some other hurdle? But that hurdle being this: when you do that, you're also agreeing to take the mandatory pay, which is, I think, 25%. And if you're looking at Canelo the way Benavidez and, more importantly, his handlers were likely, you're like, look, man, this is probably the biggest, most lucrative fight you're ever going to get. Keep putting pressure on him, and maybe he'll fold under the pressure he's getting from the fans, just like he did with Golovkin, you see, because initially he didn't want to seem to fight Golovkin, and he stripped him, and the pressure from the fans was immense. And I think that's what was the plan, because why would you sign on for 25% in the biggest fight that you could possibly get? This is why Roy Jones never fought any real top contenders when he was at light heavyweight, because he got all the straps and he would only fight the mandatories. And I seen him in an interview one time, And the guy asked him, well, how come you haven't fought Nigel Benn or Darius Mikulichevsky or Chris Eubank or this one or that one? He said, it's like this. When we talk about fighting, they want the money that I'm getting and not what they should be getting. And so I just decided to collect all the belts. And if you want to fight me, you become the mandatory, and you get a fight with me. Now, he didn't include what us fans know is that you're agreeing to that small percentage split. And the problem with that is Nigel Benn, Eubank, Mikulichevsky, they all had their own fan bases overseas, so they didn't need to accept 25% to fight Roy Jones. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, now we moved from the Canelo thing to the Roy Jones thing.
They didn't.
But I'll say this about Roy Jones: the only guy he didn't fight.
It's the same.
Was that? Butcher.
No, I mean it's the same thing. These fighters fight for money, and I think Benavidez's plan and his handler's plan was to keep saying that he's the mandatory, keep pushing, fighting the eliminators, keep calling Canelo out, and see if he would fold and take the fight, but he did not. Lastly, I hear Canelo's going to fight in Billy.
Maybe.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
That's not.
Yeah. I don't like that fight for Canelo.
Is that right?
I don't like that fight for him right now, man.
It's a stupid idea.
He's
He should just take on
veteran.
Benavidez. If he loses and Billy, it's over. You know, why not just get that big money, you know? Why not just make that big money and then retire? Because that Benavidez fight is worth a lot. Go up to light heavyweight and fight this guy after he fights, what's his name? Well, actually, he's at cruiserweight right now, right? Benavidez.
Well, I mean, I think Canelo when would that fight happen, though? September, right?
September,
yeah. Perfect time. Yeah, September.
Yeah.
And he'd be coming off, going up in weight. He'd have to come back down. So I mean, I think that would be.
I think there's a plan for a Crawford rematch. I think that's the plan.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's just
Yeah, it's possible. My understanding is Canelo signed a 4-fight deal prior to fighting Crawford, and what I remember reading was it was about $100 million per fight, which means he's getting big money anyway, right? So he's getting big money. He already said he wants 150. Huh?
He's already signed on for $400 million.
So he's getting big money anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's going to get that money regardless of who he fights. Yeah. That's the thing. So.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's getting big money anyway. But I don't like the Billy fight. Billy is a young, hungry, two-fisted, lots of pressure. For an aging vet like Canelo, I'm not saying he loses that fight, but if I would say I'd probably look elsewhere.
But you know, Reynoso said 2 years ago that they were. Reynoso said 2 years ago that they were basically handpicking their fights. They said we have to make intelligent decisions. This is coming off the John Ryder fight. They chose not to fight Benavidez. That's pretty clear. They made that very clear, and that's why he fought Terrence Crawford to make the easy money. As much as people say Crawford won, that was easy money for Canelo. There's no danger there. When he fights a guy like Benavidez, it's huge danger. That guy might not only beat him, but knock him out or make him quit. Crawford's not that kind of fight. That's easy money. Right? He made over $100 million to come after a guy who's throwing taps for the most part. I mean, he'll do it again, no problem.
Well, listen, we're running out of time here, but Jerry, so you feel that
we're on the same page.
You feel that Embil is a difficult task. So, real quick, if you were to, who should Canelo realistically fight then for money, but with less risk? Mm-hmm. Is there any such thing right now?
Well, if he's getting the guaranteed $100 million, then whoever Turkey will allow him to fight to pay him that kind of money, that's not Billy or Shiraz. What's his name? Shiraz. I don't like that fight for him either. I don't like him fighting young, hungry guys with power and motivation right now. And I'm a Canelo fan, huge Canelo fan. I think he's a hell of a fighter, but I'm not going to rewrite the history books for him. Everybody don't stay great forever, and that includes him. And he's coming off of a loss and an injury and some inactivity, not a lot because he stays pretty busy. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell him to do. But Billy, I think that's a very tough fight for him, and Shiraz. And I don't know, maybe possibly that guy that beat Caleb Plant. What's his name?
well, he's fighting.
I
I think Resendi's more dangerous than this guy and Billy.
He's fighting Munguia on the.
Lester, no?
Yeah, he's fighting Munguia.
Munguia, sorry.
Munguia, yeah. Well, listen, that's an interesting take right there, man. We'll see what happens with Canelo. He's going to be fighting Billy in September, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's a good fight.
Yeah.
And with that,
I mean, that means something. That's a meaningful fight.
We'll see.
That is a young guy.
Honestly, I don't think Resendez is more dangerous than Billy. I wouldn't go along with
think
that.
Resendez gets hit.
But we'll see how it works out.
All right.
He beats your ass.
Oh,
and doesn't get hit a lot.
thank you, Jerry. We're going to move on now. Thanks.
all
See
right.
ya.
Well, shout out to
All
Jerry.
right, we
Thank
got
you.
another call. We got another call here. We got another call. 347, you're on the air. 347.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's NPR.
Oh, NPR, what's up, man?
What's up? What's on your mind?
Good, man. Anyway, just I'm like out of it this weekend. I got stuff to do. But is that fight this weekend for David Benavidez?
No, that's not this Saturday. The next, the one after, right?
It's like in a month. Oh, okay. But I looked up some stats for Zurdo and kind of come to a couple of conclusions about it. One is that if Zurdo is anything, he's really, really, really durable. And he's got incredible cardio. He can go all 12 rounds. He's got no problem. Who's that guy, Billiam Smith? He's fought some really big, heavy, hard-hitting dudes. Guys that definitely can punch harder than David Benavidez and land a lot tougher shots. And there's no doubt about it. And he's also faced a master boxer in Bivol, right? Who while he, Bivol's not a heavy slugger by any means, but I'm not saying that he did for sure, but it was more like the way Usyk beat AJ in the first fight. You know what I mean? It was like, it wasn't, he outpointed him, outtouched him, made him look slow and reactive and that kind of good stuff. But it wasn't a terrible beatdown, and he outboxed him for sure. So we've seen him against really high level, opposition in terms of boxing, and it wasn't an embarrassment, and I think David Benavidez is a better boxer for sure than what's his name?
Ramirez.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zurdo. He's a better boxer for sure than Zurdo, but can he really hit Zurdo? I don't think he can, and I don't think that David Benavidez is going to do that walk down thing where he comes in straight up shoulders where either hand can hit you, like he did against Yard in his last fight. He's going to have to fight that a fully bladed stance, right? He's going to have to go in there fully bladed because Zurdo's got reach. Zurdo's got power, and Zurdo can throw as many as 1,000. I think there's one fight where he threw 1,000 punches, but he can average something like 700 punches a fight. If he averages 600 or 580 or something like that, that's going to be a banger of a fight. And David Benavidez would spend a lot of time in a defensive posture and staying out of that reach. I don't think it's going to be some kind of walkover for David Benavidez. I think it's going to be a banger of a fight. These boys are going to make some contact. There's no doubt about it. But I don't see him, walking's going to go down.
You don't see Benavidez squaring up.
Bread and butter. Go ahead, man.
You don't see Benavidez squaring up with that guard and taking shots.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, and punching down into the body with either hand. No, Zurdo's the bigger guy. Yep. Zurdo's going to stay. He's not a fool. When the space gets vacated, buys the space, fast-footed, but he's not stupid or slow, and he doesn't have bad footwork. It's just slow footwork. Like AJ suffered from kind of slow footwork.
NPR is hyping me up for this fight.
It's not terrible. It's just slow.
You're doing a good job selling this
You
fight.
busting up. Say it again.
You're doing a good job selling this fight.
This is the fight of the century.
Yeah, I don't think that he's gonna dominate this Zurdo by any stretch of the imagination. And then I have to wonder, and I think he's gonna throw enough. He's very savvy in the ring. There's no doubt about it. David Benavidez knows how to handle clock management well, and he knows how to win fights. There's no doubt about it, right? And do enough, like for instance during Vocek, he did enough to win, and it wasn't spectacular. But to be honest with you, a lot of respect because he did it, and he did it well. You can't argue the results. And he was cautious, and he did stay at a bladed stance. But Zurdo throws a lot more punches than Vocek. Vocek was also, Vocek was in a war. He was shell shocked from what's his name, Beterbiev, right? That's a life-altering beating right there, right? That's a Tommy Morrison kind of beating that he took. That changes his outlook. And he came back and fought a low-level competition. Then he went into a fight a series fighter like David Haney was a younger, fresher killer, And so it's not like he got blown out, but he did enough to win. I don't see him walking this guy down. I just don't see it. There's no way he goes back to the Graville days or any of that other stuff. No way.
That's when
I think he got a little lucky with Yard, because Yard is, let's face it, Yard is kind of a spent dude that didn't practice. He never stayed hot. He never graduated into what he could have been with good training.
Yeah.
But I don't. A lot of guys are just selling. And I'm not saying Zurdo's going to win. I think David Benavidez will win. It will be a banger. But I don't think you can stop him. I don't think it's going to be.
I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of leather being thrown. A lot of guys getting hit.
Yeah, but we're very.
Zurdo's a lot more crafty than what people think. Right.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right, Fu, and I think
he's got a good step back. He's dangerous on the back foot a little bit.
I don't think we should go to sleep on this fight. I think it's going to be a
war. I agree with you. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a war. The guys are going to be. Benavidez is going to be taking some shots, and Zurdo's going to take a lot of them. And Zurdo is pretty crafty, so it wouldn't shock me if he hurts Benavidez.
You will believe in Zurdochenko after this.
He can be crafty.
All right, we gotta move on here. NPR, thank you for calling. Call back again.
Anyway,
call back again next week for your official prediction, man. All right.
I'll catch you guys later. All right.
Take care.
All right, NPR. Thank you for calling in, man. Take it easy out there. Yeah, he was hyping me up for the fight, man. I'm starting to get hyped up for this fight, and I'm actually.
You don't get. But you're not into it. You don't think it's going to be a good fight.
Well, don't forget though, because this is why I'm saying this, Fu. Because that same day we've got Nakatani versus Inoue, and I'm more excited for that one rather than Benavidez Zurdo. But now I'm starting to, again,
I feel like this one might be more competitive than the Nakatani fight.
Well, maybe.
I believe so.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it might be.
I feel like Inoue's going to touch Nakatani. Like a samurai.
I think he's going to touch it. He's going to beat the crap out of him, I think. I saw Nakatani just lost his last fight. That he pretty clearly lost.
Yeah, well, that's one of the downsides of this fight is that Nakatani was looking very, very, very good, and then all of a sudden in his last fight, all of a sudden he looks human. In fact, some people believe he should have lost that fight. So it did dampen the fight somewhat, but I'm still intrigued by it. But NPR was hyping me up for this fight because I just recently finished a film study that as I told people in the beginning of the show, I'm going to be posting either tonight or tomorrow for free on Patreon. And I'm telling you, I'm starting to get hyped up for this fight because Zurdo does have certain things in there that could make things problematic, or dare I say, even maybe win this fight.
He might be able to win, yeah. I mean, this is an uphill battle for Benavidez. Like, this is more meaningful than that Crawford shit. He's fighting a guy in there who's pretty young. He could punch. He's bigger than Benavidez. This is a real challenge for him.
Remains to be seen.
He can actually hang at cruiserweight. Yeah.
Or maybe it turns out that
Zurdo
guy's
big.
Or maybe it turns out that Zurdo is just
really
too. Yeah. Or maybe it just turns out Zurdo's too slow and too inactive with his hands to actually pull this off.
It depends. I mean, like, is Benavidez gonna? From what I see, he don't look too trim, and he's putting weight on. which isn't like the greatest idea when you're fighting a guy who's just naturally bigger than you.
They already have history, right? Did they spar a lot, or was it just 1 or 2 times?
They said they sparred 200 rounds. I think Zurdo said that they sparred 200 rounds.
How long ago? When was this?
I don't know. Probably when they were both at super middleweight. I'm assuming. But by the way, shout out to everybody who called. We've ended the phone lines, but shout out to everybody who called. I really enjoyed listening to your guys' input on this boxing takes, on the boxing takes, and we'll try to open up the phone lines at another point in the near future here in another episode. I wanted to say this because we're running out of time here. I don't know. You guys saw the whole hijinks with the Ali act. De La Hoya showed up with glasses, trying to look intelligent.
I saw some of it.
Yeah, and then Nico Ali Walsh showed up, and just because he's got the Ali name, he's like, my grandfather wouldn't want this. Like, did you even know your grandfather? So anway, then
He did know him, but it's all stupid because
according to
they're
some
not
of your
saying they
grandfather's
can't use-
beliefs, hold on. According to some of your grandfather's beliefs, he might not even wanted you,
Oh,
Nico Ali. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was the past. That was in the past. Ali gave his daughter's hand to that white dude. Actually, you know that that white dude is Irish. You know that Ali considered himself Irish.
Well, there you go.
So that's why he went to Ireland in his older age in order to get
Uh-huh.
in touch with his roots. You know,
Nico,
Wanted to get in touch with his roots.
Nico Walsh Ali
Walsh.
O'Brien. That's I think that's his full name.
Yep, he's
But-
an Irish guy.
But okay, so there's Dan Canobio. His father was Bob Canobio, I think, from Compu, one of the guys who founded CompuBox. And so Dan Canobio has a show now with Chris Algieri, and he had this to say about it. He said, "My takeaways on the Ali Revival Act." Nick Khan, who was speaking in favor of the Zuffa thing there for the rewriting of that Ali Act, said, smartly played the nostalgia card. He says, Nico Ali Walsh offered the best resistance. Oscar was underwhelming. UBOs will pass. Boxing will change. Well, not everybody agrees with him, apparently, because check out what somebody had to say on Twitter. He said, and this white man won't be impacted. He'll still get his media passes. It doesn't impact his livelihood. That's white American privilege. But the Eastern Europeans, the Black Americans, the Asian, the Hispanic, and Latino fighters from poverty all will be negatively impacted. I'm trying to...
It's such bullshit, all of it. It really is. They just don't like the fact that this is going to cut out the sanctioned bodies. They're done. That's why they're fighting against this. Maybe that's why Oscar's over there, because he has a good relationship with Suleiman, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they do not want this, because these guys are able to create their own rankings, and they're able to have their own title. That completely cuts out the sanctioning bodies. And then along with that, they're creating what they think is a monopoly, which it isn't. They're still going to be, you could still use the old Ali Act if you want. They're just changing it where they could do it this way. If they want it the other way, just go ahead and do it that way, right?
Exactly.
If it's so oppressive, then obviously the fighters at Zuffa would say, why do I want to be here? I'll just go to Golden Boy or Top Rank. But that's not the problem. I don't think that's the issue here.
I mean,
it's just kind of full of shit.
De La Hoya. And I've always wondered what exactly had happened with the Ring magazine when he fired the bulk of the writers over there, like Ivan Goldman and Jeff Ryan and Willem Detloff and Nigel Collins, the editor-in-chief, amongst others. Apparently, in the 100th anniversary edition of Ring magazine, which I just read a couple of weeks ago, Nigel Collins finally sort of spilled the beans a little bit about what happened there when he was fired. And he says that De La Hoya never told him directly. And in fact, he was later told that De La Hoya didn't even know that he'd been fired. So what it means is De La Hoya bought Ring magazine in 2008, I believe. He promised the people there, the editorial staff, like, no, we're not going to interfere. We're not, because he was already president of Golden Boy at the time. So at that moment, the big question was, well, is there a conflict of interest of a promotional entity, the head of a promotional entity, buying a publication, a boxing publication, especially the best one out there? Mm-hmm. And he said, no, I assure you it's not going to happen. And then it ended up happening. And they fired, like I said, in 2011, that was the mass exodus. They fired the bulk of the crew there. And Nigel Collins says that, yeah, they were trying to, he specifically mentioned Richard Schaefer, who at the time was part of Golden Boy, before he ended up stabbing De La Hoya in the back. But he was trying to tell Nigel Collins, like, hey, do this. Like, he was interfering with the editorial process. So De La Hoya can talk all he wants about, I shouldn't have sold the magazine to Turkey. Well, you were what you're accusing Turkey Al-Sheikh of doing now is what you did in 2011 with the bulk of the staff, which was there since the mid-90s at the very least. So
they're so much better at branding, right? My one issue with Zuffa is like, why are you calling this shit Riyadh season? Then you have the Ring, and then you have Zuffa. You should have just called it the Ring. That's it, right?
That's a good point there.
Instead of Zuffa or that, just call it the Ring. That has a name already. And I'm watching some of these fights from the Riyadh season, and they have on the ring, they have the ring, you know, the ring logo from the magazine. Like, what do they think is so confused? That's one of my big issues what they're doing. But actually, I was watching some of that hearing, and I liked everything that Khan guy said. He was talking about how, you know, the sport has just been basically it's been dying for like. He says they want to bring it back to its popularity it was 50 years ago, and with what they're doing right now, it's going to. There's no doubt that it's going to go back to it. Well, it might not be as popular because there's so much competition now, but
no, but I'll say
it's
this,
definitely going to get a lot bigger.
I got a couple of questions for you guys, specifically for Fu, who you seem to be very high on Zuffa. But let me just address this real quick. So this guy was saying that Canobio, as a white man, is going to be benefiting from the changes. First of all, he's not providing any specifics about how Canobio is. First of all, Canobio is Italian, so I don't really think that's white, at least not where I come from. And second of all, how is he exactly going to benefit off of this? I don't get it. Again, no specifics, no nothing. Just, again, pure racial narrative being spewed out there. And so that's my thing. But Fu, I wanted to ask this too, because I was hopeful about Zuffa. I'm still a little hopeful. I'm hoping that they can change the game for the better. However, I'm already seeing things like overpaying fighters, for example, like Conor Benn. I don't like that move. It seems like they're just doing what Eddie Hearn did, what the PBC did early on. That they're
I mean, these guys got over. But they have over $1 trillion.
Richardson Hitchens.
I understand that completely. They have over $1 trillion to mess around with.
$1 trillion?
That's the thing. These guys over $1 trillion.
Are you sure about that?
In combination, all of it together, all the money is around $1 trillion. I'm not even kidding. This guy's got a lot of money. A lot of money. Well, that's what you think. Oh, look it up.
You know what $1 trillion is.
I think
$1 trillion.
I think you might be
All right, let's say this. They have hundreds of billions of dollars to work with. They're not stupid. They're not stupid. Yo, they definitely do. They definitely do. You're talking about the WWE. You're talking about a lot of, dude, there's multiple companies there. Yeah, I looked it up, dude. They have more than enough money to own to buy this.
Tell me where you've
sport.
seen that, please.
All right.
Well, what I've
a lot of
heard is that they're starting to pull out. They're starting to pull out their support for these sports, especially.
It was just golf.
Especially now.
Golf. That's Oscar credited this
now.
Yeah, what happened with that golf thing? Did that?
Oh, it doesn't
what
mean
was
anything.
that? They went to. What was it like the XFL
I mean,
type of shit?
they're getting bombed. They're getting bombed by
golf.
Iran. They don't want to be over there.
Yeah, it's golf. They don't want to be mixed in with this with golf, dude. Come on, Oscar's he's just butthurt, and he's trying to create all this doubt.
I think golfers make more money than boxers
because of the endorsements.
I don't know about that.
The top ones, yeah.
But
if you compare,
ones, which is there's not many of them.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, because from what I understood is, if you looked at when De La Hoya was always on the highest earning sports athletes in the 90s and 2000s, they would always say that he actually made more money purely off of the boxing, whereas the rest of the guys like Tiger Woods at the time, or Shaquille O'Neal, whatever, they made a lot of their money, or more than the salary from the NBA. It actually came from the money they were making from the endorsements. Nike, everybody up the ass with the endorsements. Whereas boxing, there's not really that many endorsements to be made, unless you're AJ or Canelo, or Tank doesn't have any endorsements as far as I know.
A lot of these guys don't sponsor like these violent sports, do they?
Well, exactly, yeah. Especially with some of these
MMA.
Some of the guys, what they're doing, running over pregnant women and then leaving the scene and all that. It's how can you?
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous. It's a PR nightmare.
Did you see Manny Pacquiao's investing in a league now too? This is the direction boxing is going. It's going towards a league system. His is actually closer to the MLB or NBA, right? It's they have teams built on states. Like, the New York this or that kind of thing.
They already have something like that for TV. It's on YouTube. It's called the Team Boxing League. You haven't seen it?
Yeah. No, I haven't. But is that a league? That's an actual league?
It's a league.
So they have their own title and all that?
Teams. They're every state has a team, like the Atlanta Attack.
But the Manny one's supposed to be global. That's the difference.
Oh,
it's
throughout the state.
Well, it's global. Yeah, state and global, all globally, the whole thing. That's what they said. That's what I read about 2 weeks ago. They said they're paying him millions of dollars, and he has one team. I don't know what. I think it might be San Francisco.
Maybe he's trying to participate in something.
But he's part of the company.
Maybe not.
He has shares in it.
Not that he's shares in it.
He's an owner. So I'm just saying that's the direction where it's going. A lot of boxing nowadays.
Well, maybe he's putting money in something that already exists. That's what it sounds like.
I think they're just building this now.
I don't know. There's already Team Boxing League, like you're describing. There's already something like that.
Yeah.
Well,
but this is new. What he's doing.
I'll say this, man.
Well, we got
another league.
Just before we continue, we're gonna forget Rapak Trucking Company. Thank you for your super chat. He says, "Seems like Zuffa is siding with the Tom and Jerry." That is true.
No, but look, they're gonna line these guys up with real fights.
Hitchens, I don't know what. I know they have a lot of money, and so they can get all these guys, obviously. But what are they gonna do with these guys?
They're gonna line them up with real fights and get them beat, most likely. That's the difference with Zuffa, is that they create the rankings, so that they're not gonna let these guys just dance around and not fight the real top level guys.
We'll see.
Like Conor Benn's gonna be fighting Ryan Garcia,
Oh,
no doubt about
bullshit,
it.
nigga.
And then
I mean, I'll say this. I like
then after
Zuffa.
he's gonna fight Devin Haney. That's what's gonna happen.
I like Zuffa's matchmaking that they've been doing so far, but they really gave Conor Benn like a
Yeah,
soft
but
touch.
that's the setup, right? That's for the Ryan fight. They're setting up the Ryan fight, and then
Well,
I
that's the way,
think
yeah.
they believe Ryan's gonna. They think Ryan's gonna
Okay,
beat
but
him.
that's one fight. Like,
Yeah, but they're gonna
yeah,
just got him for a couple
they're
of
giving
fights.
like
you know?
Conor Benn 5-fight deal, 5 fights. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, let's go through the list. So 5 fights.
They're not going to do
What's
that
the-
for
like,
everyone. They're doing that because Eddie Hearn, to kind of pull him away and show. It's like a power move, right?
It's a flex,
power
yeah.
move. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like
So with
it's
Haney,
like
not gonna be
Joshua.
5
It's
fights,
like
and
Joshua
with,
would.
Hitchens. I don't even know what the contract is.
It's like
How
Joshua
much-
would
how
say.
much
It's like
are they
Joshua.
paying you?
It's like Joshua would say on Discord. Sexual domination. It's an act of sexual
Yeah,
defiance. is what-
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, you see Eddie Hearn's butthurt about it, right?
Now,
He's butthurt in a
interesting,
different way.
Interesting choice of words there. Now, I did want to bring this up. Well, yeah, some people were replying to that dude there about his comments. The other thing I wanted to mention is, because we're talking about Netflix and all that, or rather, whatchamacallit, the Ali Act and Zuffa TKO and all that. This is what Eddie Hearn's been saying, because he was making the rounds there with some of his interviews, and this is what he had to say about Fury versus Joshua. Everyone's still talking about that. He said, according to IFL TV, the AJ Fury versus AJ Fury fight is at the very advanced stages. 2 fights, November time on the Zone, and rematch on Netflix. AJ will fight a warm-up in July, full interview on IFL TV. So they're saying November fight on the Zone, and then a rematch on Netflix. First of all, when it comes to AJ and Fury, aren't they jumping the gun a little bit, these people, and assuming that there's even going to be a first fight? It's like they're already assuming the first fight's never. They've been talking about this since 2021. It was supposed to happen in 2021. Then out of nowhere, fucking arbitration happens, and no, sorry, we got to get to Fury versus Wilder 3. Guys, are they jumping the gun here?
Are they talking about the 2 fights, the tune-up, and then the Fury fight?
No.
They're talking about a tune-up. They're talking about a first fight and then a rematch. That's where
they've already got it all planned
Yeah,
out.
they already think there's gonna be a rematch.
That makes the whole thing sound very phony and fake. And like I said, any fight associated with Netflix seems very
Fugazi.
seems like a production.
You're saying it's Fugazi?
Yeah, because now the first fight has to be
like
dramatic.
like a movie.
What?
Yeah, like now the first fight has to be dramatic. Something has to happen because they know there's going to be a second one. So are there going to be any shenanigans?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, they're going to make sure it's not somehow. I don't know.
But it is interesting that Netflix is starting to get into the game, because Netflix, I mean, I wonder this. I asked Bucho once, and I think it was in the 2010s when Netflix started doing the comedy shows, the comedy specials. And I said, you know what, this reminds me of HBO when it would be a big deal that you had a comedy special on HBO. And I said, I wonder if they were going to get into combat sports. Well, 9 years, a little bit less than that, but 7, 8 years later, that's what they're doing now. They're getting into combat sports, but they're still being very selective about which event they put in there. So, but I do wonder why the rematch on Netflix and not the first fight on Netflix? Why didn't Netflix want it? Or maybe they did want it and the Zone beat them to it, which I find hard to believe. What do you guys think?
That
Well,
could
it makes
be
more
the
sense to
case.
get the pay-per-view money first. You get guaranteed, you get dipping twice, right? You get the pay-per-view money and then Netflix buys it. Because what if the first fight is unintriguing and they just got the rematch anyway? So they don't care. They got the pay-per-view money.
It's a very interesting point right there, Frank. That's a very interesting point right there. Yeah, maybe that answers...
Smart business. Very smart.
Yeah. Maybe that answers a couple of questions right there. But yeah, we've been talking about this Fury fight for a while now. Real quick, I want to pivot back to Conor Benn, that 5-fight deal he's got, and he's already talking like he's a big guy, big stuff, big show. This is what he had to say about Shakur Stevenson, giving Shakur Stevenson a taste of his own medicine with all that jawing. Check out what he had to say over at Ring Magazine.
Shakur, he just tweets. That's all he does. Because
He just tweets. That's it. First he said he'd fight me at 154. Then he said he'd fight me at 147. Then it was 147, but a rehydration clause. Now he's dropping down to 130. It's like, bro, stop talking, man. Stop talking.
So that's Conor Benn right there with a different accent this time. He changes the accent every other week. And of course, Shakur Stevenson just had to reply. Shakur Stevenson just had to reply saying, fights don't get made on the internet. We reached out to his team, and from what I'm hearing, he's scared. So there you go. Everyone's scared of Shakur Stevenson. That's why the fights never happen.
Terrified. He hit so hard. He hit so hard, BDA.
Exactly. I've said it before. The guy when we talk about boogeyman, we should be talking about the guys like, I remember Paul Williams, who would come forward and throw nonstop. Margarito before him was a boogeyman. Beterbiev at some point was a boogeyman. Because these are guys, Golovkin at some point, because these are the guys that, professional fighters, I don't think they mind losing a decision that much. Because, hey, the next day they can still go out, whatever. You're facing a guy who hits way harder than anybody you've ever faced before, or who's just going to keep on coming no matter what you throw at him. He just keeps on advancing. That's the scary part, because you're going to walk away out of there with your hips hurting, the fucking stomach, you're going to be pissing blood the next day, you're not going to be able to sit down. I don't understand what this whole thing, he's scared.
Shakur Stevenson is supposed to be a generational talent. Shakur Stevenson is supposed to be a generational talent. We just saw Conor Benn fighting a terrible fight against Regis Prograis. Why does Shakur need a rehydration clause? I mean, he's supposed to be so much better than this other guy. And it's not like Conor Benn is some sort of giant. So why don't you just go fighting without a rehydration clause?
No, but because you're missing that point there, Bucho. He started at 126. Shakur Stevenson started. He's a little guy. I'm a little guy.
He's a little baby.
Nonsense.
Little baby.
He's a little fetus. He's a fetus. Yeah.
Man.
He doesn't even count as a human.
He's gonna get aborted now. But
yeah.
Oh, by the way, okay, so Jermall Charlo they recently dropped the last stand with Brian Costa. My brother, what happened? So that dude just interviewed Jermall Charlo, not the crazier one, but the less crazy one, the one who actually became undisputed. And he went at Keith Thurman. Check out what he had to say about Keith Thurman's performance against Fundora.
All that hooping and hollering and talking and yapping and bye and playing flutes and shit. That shit ain't work. Them motherfucking shit ain't work. Whatever that motherfucking shit just got his ass motherfucking, he was too fucking focused on that shit. Once you step up to that level like that. And then it was just skills, a level in skills. It wasn't even a level of, I don't know, but you can't underrate Mendoza, what he did. He completed the objective. Thurman didn't. All that hooping and hollering and talking and yapping and bye and playing flutes and shit. That shit ain't work. Them motherfucking shit ain't work.
The hell is he saying?
That motherfucking shit just got his ass motherfucking, he was too fucking focused on that shit. But anyway,
he was singing an NSYNC song.
He move on and start doing some other.
Well, what do you guys think about?
Bye.
What should have?
I don't understand what he said.
He's saying
I don't understand either.
He's saying that Keith Thurman, for all the yapping he did, all the jawing, all the talking, all the rapping, didn't produce anything of substance against Sebastian Fundora other than getting his ass kicked. So begs the question, what was Keith Thurman supposed to do? Was he just supposed to go there as the older guy, the injured guy, the less active guy, the more inactive guy? Was he just supposed to go there and say, oh yeah, my hand is hurting, I'm not sharp in the gym, I haven't felt the good since 2019.
Well, the talk is cheap, right?
Right,
talk is cheap.
But what
Let's
else
see
was
if
he
Charlo
supposed to do,
steps
right?
in that ring. Just like Crawford, you want to say you wanted to fight him, go
Well,
fight
I mean,
him.
apparently
If
he
not,
will.
you should say I respect
Apparently-
Thurman. That's it. Say you respect him. He
Well,
did
that
something
fight's
you don't
gonna
wanna
happen,
do.
and that's what he's gonna
Yeah.
fight Fundora, Charlo. That's what they're saying. So I think now he's kind of making fun of Thurman or criticizing him. But how is he gonna fight?
I think Fundora would take him out
I wanna
quick.
see
I think
that.
Fundora will actually possibly either truly stop him, or knock him out. It won't even be. He might actually quit because this guy breaks down pretty
we
easy.
saw him
this
how
Charlo
he
guy.
fought. We saw how he fought Canelo. Might be the same approach.
Oh yeah, he's weak.
But I
He's a
think-
weak guy. Psychologically, he's a very weak guy. I can see Fundora just eat him up real quick, just break him apart.
I think you mean
within, like, 3
relatively.
rounds.
I think when you say weak, you say relative to other fighters. You're not saying that overall.
He's weak he's weak psychologically and physically. He's not that strong either. I don't think he is. I think Fundora will break him down real quick. That's not a fight he could take. I mean, the guy is very inactive, isn't he? This Charlo guy, he doesn't even fight.
Well, at this point, he is.
All right, now, but that's begs the question.
How long has it been?
But that's the other thing, though. So Ortiz, when people were bringing up Ortiz Spence, people were saying, "Man, this is insane. Spence is gonna get his clock cleaned." Charlo's in the similar position. Well, I mean, he didn't get completely beat up, and he wasn't in a car accident like Spence was. But it's been 3 years. It's gonna be 3 years in September since he has last fought. No tune-up, no nothing against a younger guy who can crack. What's the point of this fight? Is what I'm asking.
Charlo is still the champion, though. I mean, some people. I mean, he's not the champion anymore. But he's not the champion. He apparently he claims that he never lost his undisputed lineal title, I should say. So,
but I mean, hold on. But if we wanna be nitpicked, if you're the lineal champion, you can't lose it through inactivity. Because there's the
no, I agree with you. I think he lost it because of inactivity.
But you know what, Bucho, these people. This seems like a medieval thing where they wiped out the family or something in a takeover. But there's one kid that survived, and now he's claiming the lineage because he's still alive. It's the same thing here with Fundora. I see some sort of
it's like a
old knight thing where he's
calling Fundora the usurper.
The usurper, exactly. Meanwhile, he hasn't fought since 2023.
He has the DNA of a Nephilim, so.
Well, there you go. Yeah, he's gonna need that if he wants to beat. Fundora is the one who looks like an F1, fucking
like
giant.
The last of the Charlos.
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about. That's what I was talking about.
Your Fundora.
Like a creative character. Right?
What was the name of that newest Alien movie with that creepy tall alien-looking hybrid?
Yeah. Oh, Alien Romulus.
That looked like Slender Man.
Fundora looks like that. He looks like that monster from that movie.
Yeah, he does.
You ever saw the Apex Twin video?
Imagine fighting that fist to fist.
I would.
Saw the Apex Twin video where they have that weird slender monster that's really like tall.
Is that the one where they're all screaming or?
Yeah. And all the guys' faces look the same.
Right.
He's that thing that screams at the old lady. A lot of people won't get that reference.
Well, I mean,
why would you make that reference if you don't know who's gonna get it?
I said people will find out about it.
Apex
It's
Twin
interrupting
was.
It's interrupting the one that they did get.
They might get it. That was a big one.
Apex Twin was even obscure in the 90s. By 90s then.
Yeah, that's true.
And you're bringing it up 30 years later.
People are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yep.
Sorry for cursing. Sorry.
Oh.
Now
I don't give up.
It's a good deal for Fundora, though. I mean, if you think about it, it's a good deal. He, knock off Thurman, get paid, knock off Charlo, and then looking at Spence if they fight. So, I mean, Fundora's gonna get shit for it, but it's a good deal for him.
That would be
it should be
3
illegal to
top
get
fighters in a row, man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, it's a good deal for Fundora. If you're Fundora, you're looking at it like, yeah, shit, why not? I mean, why would you not take those fights and
I
have?
think as soon as Spence gets in that ring, they should throw in the towel before first punch is thrown.
If you're Fundora, look at the at the end of, let's say, 2 years, you have those guys on your resume. You have Tim Tszyu, Earl Spence, Jermall Charlo, and Keith Thurman. That's not a bad.
I mean, look, you want him to have
list.
a body on his record? Is that what you want?
Yeah, I'm saying if you're
put Spence
Fundora,
in there. Yeah.
If you're Sebastian Fundora and his team, you sign up. Oh yeah, give me those guys.
I want a body. I really do.
I mean, he might get a body at this point fighting these washed up guys. I mean, it's kind of dangerous.
You put Spence in there, dude. It's gonna be really, really bad.
Yeah, I don't think that's not good. That would be the end of the PBC, maybe. I mean, that's the one where eventually Amazon goes, you know what? We don't even want to. What is?
Well,
this?
yeah, that's the going out of business, right? You put them out on the street, and you put a for sale sign, and Fundora comes and scalps them.
Well, Boxing Chief always said that the PBC was doing inventory back in 2024. That's when they started getting rid of it of their old fighters. He said. But when he said getting rid of inventory, I don't think he meant getting some of these guys murdered, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Hey, by the way,
it makes for good TV.
Real quick, Bam Rodriguez just announced his next fight, moving up to 118, and there seems to be a lack of synergy there between him and his trainer because Robert Garcia said, "No, we ain't moving back down to 115 after this." Meanwhile, Bam Rodriguez said he is moving back down to 115 after. So who knows what's going to happen. Bam Rodriguez also says Nakatani has a puncher's chance versus Inoue because he cracks very, very hard. Eddie Hearn, Carlos Adames says he's ready for Osleis Iglesias because he said, I'm ready for anybody. And then somebody put a picture of Osleis Iglesias and Carlos Adames said, yeah, let's do it. I'm always ready. And then Iglesias replied. By the way, for those of you who are unaware, Osleis Iglesias just beat up a Russian guy, 35-year-old prospect, a Russian prospect.
Say his name again, VDA.
Osleis Iglesias. All right.
It sounds like that character from Killer Instinct. Let me make an obscure reference as well.
Well, I don't even know Killer Instinct. Which one was that?
The Nintendo Super Nintendo fighting game.
Is that
There's
the
an
one with?
alien.
Yeah, I had some weird.
There's an alien called Glacius.
Is that the one? It was like a clay animation, like type of stuff, or
Is that the one with the knives in his hands?
Almost. Yeah.
let me check it out. For the Super Nintendo,
like
you said?
Donkey
Or?
Kong
you know,
animation.
Instinct.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it now. Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing
Never
it in the
heard
store.
this?
You ever heard of Clay Instinct? Oh yeah.
Yeah, that tells me something. Yeah, the cover there.
Ice blades.
What the fuck you guys done? I never played that. But okay, so what's his name? Iglesias said, "Oh, he's in Spanish. He's only a talker." He said, "I too am ready. You don't want this fire, caballito." I think caballito means horse, but in diminutive. You still got much to do in your division now that you're avoiding everybody. You want to draw attention, calling a real, un verdadero verdugo. Me estás dando, you're making me laugh, he says. No, it's not the same thing calling out the tornado. All right, so Iglesias replied, because he doesn't have much going for him at 168. Nobody really wants to take a chance on him right now. And then Carlos Adames replied saying, "Who are you?" That's what he always says. What I do inside the ring backs up what I talk that when I talk outside of it. When you're ready, I'm gonna show it to you. Which fire? I got the how do you say in English, the fire extinguisher. So they were going at it. Would you guys? That's a good fight. If nobody wants to fight in either of these guys, why not? Kind of like Benavidez versus Morel. That's the way they paint it. It's like, oh, nobody wants to fight us, so let's fight each other. Why not?
Do it.
Hey, BDA.
Yes.
Play that
Ennis?
Boots Ennis video that I sent you.
Yes, all right, fine. I haven't seen this one yet. I don't even know what it's about. Let's see. This is Ennis talking about Zayas, I suppose. Let's see.
Did y'all watch that? He get hit a lot. He get a lot, man. I don't know what, like these narratives that everybody keeps saying I get hit this, that, and the third. I still get hit less than everybody's favorite fighter. And
What's Food TV immediately started?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I noticed. What the fuck?
That sounds like somebody punched a jukebox when you guys talk.
I don't know what, like these narratives that everybody keeps saying.
It's true. There's a lot of vocal fry going on. It's a lot of vocal fry. Like a Valley Girl. Hey, that is so 1999.
He sounds like Robert Kennedy, man.
Oh, that's true, huh? So I found a dismembered penis, raccoon penis, and I just had to examine it.
I don't know what, like these narratives that everybody keeps saying I get hit this, that, and the third. I still get hit less than everybody's favorite fighter and straight like that. But these guys want to put they got to find something to talk about, you know, because when you great at everything, you know, they just pick one thing, you know.
When you're great at everything.
Pick one thing.
When you great at everything, you know, they just pick one thing, you know. Like I said, he gonna see firsthand though.
And by the way,
I guess he's not great at that one thing, right?
I can't show you
that one thing I'm not great at.
I can't show you the clip here, but they're showing the clip when he dropped a Venetian, and right before he drops him, he gets hit with a big, with a big right hand.
Huge low blow.
And it's a flush.
massive low blow. That's how he started that off. He was losing, and he hit this guy with this huge low blow. Remember?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
then he pretended like he didn't throw. It wasn't intentional. He's like, oh. The dude's
So he's
trash.
saying I don't get hit a lot. Like people are complaining that I get hit a lot.
Didn't he
That's
admit
not
that
true.
he says I'm great, but they got to point out that one thing. Yeah, so he's admitting that his defense isn't very good.
Oh yeah, it's true. Then that's confusing. Okay, yeah,
He's
so he
admitting
admitted
it. So he knows it's not very good.
No, but then he said, "Oh, but Size gets his even more." So
I think he says I'm great at everything, and then they want to point at that one thing. You see? So he's admitting it.
That's a great catch right there, I must say. Very good catch. That's something I would have expected Frank Bay and Sobers of doing, but I don't know. They're kind of off today. I got to say.
He knows it's true. I was distracted by the noises.
Sounds like an old guy.
Not my best performance. A+.
Firsthand though, it's different when you're in there with me. And I told him this at the press conference. I'm like, it's different when you're in there. I'm a lot faster than what you think. I'm a lot stronger than what you think. My ring IQ is way higher than what you think. It's gonna be. I punch a lot harder. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real different in there for him, and he's gonna see why.
I mean, he makes a good point though that for all his technical shortcomings, at the end of the day, this is a fight of sorts, and the power and the speed could overwhelm Zayas, regardless of whether Ennis has a super high IQ or not. So that's one thing I agree with him there. And
well, yeah. He's not afraid of Zayas. He doesn't respect his power. That's pretty much how it is. I think that's how he's approaching these fights. Like, this guy can't hurt me. Zayas can't hurt me. I'll just go in there and overpower him, basically.
Walk him down?
That's what he's thinking.
But the thing about Zayas is first of all, he's big. And that's why a lot of people are saying, well, look, Ennis did that a lot at 147. So now it's the chickens are coming home to roost. I mean, it's again, I don't have to like it. I don't like this weight bullying thing and all that. But I'm coming to the conclusion now where, look, guys don't like the weight bullying, then they put in rehydration clauses or catch weights and this and that. So they're all countering each other. And Pandora's box has been opened. You don't have to like it, but now it's what do you do about it, right? And with Zayas, he's got the size. He's got that size, and maybe that's going to allow him to absorb some of Ennis' shots, and it's going to allow him to keep on moving. Now, people can say, well, BDA, what does size have to do with taking a punch? It has a lot sometimes to do with it, because if you can put up your earmuffs and you're the stronger guy, that may allow you to take some shots. And Zayas is very good at staying on the move, even when his hands up.
Also, BDA, I'm going to say this, level playing field. So you see a guy that big, and we've seen Jorana, and it's like shrink down. His head is 3 times. It looks like an Olmec. What is he doing to do that? So he knows, look, this guy is probably doing the same thing I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
If you read between the lines.
Yeah, exactly. It's warfare.
Mm-hmm.
It's what do they call it? Escalatory? Or escalation, in other words. It's you do something to me and then I escalate up. But I wait for you to do it first. And that's what's going on here with this situation in a lot of ways. Ennis was doing this before to a lot. And you know what? When he fought Stanionis, that the zone commentators pointed it out. And usually they tend to be, it's Ennis is the zone fighter right now. They don't want to. They brought it up because he was unescapable, unavoidable. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Is him next to Canelo.
His anus is right there to be
Well,
smashed.
there you go. I mean, but I mean that what they're doing with Zayas probably had. Okay, what I mean is Zayas has enough cachet
Bloated.
that he can do what he wants to lose the weight.
Mm-hmm.
If with Jorana is doing it through certain methods, Zayas is doing the same thing. Because if I'm a guy and I'm Jorana Ennis and I know I'm bullying these guys and I'm going up and seeing this guy, I know he's doing something.
Exactly. That's a good point. Yeah, and that's why on Twitter, when Zayas started dropping that so casual, it's like, oh yeah, I show up at 180 on Fight Night. Somebody on Twitter is like, how come nobody's complaining about it? How come no one's pointing it out? And I'm thinking, why do these people always pretend that nobody's pointing it out? Yeah, people are pointing it out. But now let's talk about how you used to say that was okay, and now all of a sudden it's not. Now all of a sudden everyone else has to point it out. Well, we have been pointing it out for years, and nobody wants to do anything about it. Well, not nobody, but you know what I mean. A lot of people are just okay with that. So I don't know, man.
That's why
now
see,
it's a problem. It was never.
That's why you see Shakur try to do that, because he knows he can bully certain fighters into not using methods to try to beat, take certain measures. But Ennis and Zayas are on the same playing field. He can't dictate to anybody.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. So now it's that type of warfare. They're just trying. Everyone. That's why I said everyone's trying to one up each other, or counter each other. Like, okay, well, you're bigger than me. Okay, then catch weight. And then the other guy goes, well, you're better than me. Okay, so
that these guys it's always interesting how these fighters they build up always have to look for all these advantages, and they let the quiet part out loud. He's like, he's having a fat camp. He's struggling with his weight, and he just brings up all this negative. He can't be like Manny Pacquiao and say, oh, this is going to be one of the hardest fights of my career. I am getting prepared. That's what they say. But you see guys like Floyd or Shakur, they go on and they talk about all the advantages they have. So they're just showing you the reason why they've even chosen this fight. That's really what I see. And Boots is saying, oh, he's never fought anybody like me. Oh, he's struggling with his weight and all that, right? Why can't it just be, he's a great fighter. I'm getting prepared. Nope.
It's even better for you, because then if you win, you said you beat a great fighter that it was going to be a tough. You knew it was going to be a tough fight. So you're saying this guy, he's in a fat camp, he's not ready.
They're telling you why they took the fight. That's what they're telling you, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, they're telling you.
You're too small. You're too small. Remember
exactly.
that?
Exactly.
Well, then why are you fighting him? Like, why are you fighting a guy that's so small? Like, this is so stupid.
But they didn't expect you to hear that, right? I remember Haney would say that at the weigh-ins or before the fight. He says it to the guy, and that's why he chose the fight. Yeah. It's the same with Shakur. That's why he doesn't want to fight Ryan, because the guy's like equal size to him. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that.
Now, I don't know how well-versed people are in this, but Prince Nassim Hamed was on that Talk Sport over there in England. And he didn't want to really talk about Johnny Nelson. He didn't want to talk about Ben Whitaker and then Johnny Nelson. But he had some harsh words for Nelson or about Nelson. For people that don't know, Prince Nassim Hamed, of course, was one of the top featherweights in the 90s. Really did a lot to bring attention to the featherweight division, turning it into a bit of a glamour division in terms of box office appeal. Because back then, a lot of people didn't really care about the featherweight division. And he came from the Brendan Ingle gym, which for some reason produced people who fought a lot in that style, like Johnny Nelson, Nassim Hamed, Junior Witter, Harold Graham. Hands down, very unorthodox, pulling back. So anyway, Nassim Hamed said that Johnny Nelson was always looking to clout chase off of him. He's not a good guy, blah, blah, blah. But then he also had he didn't want to talk about Ben Whitaker. Really, it's like, I don't want to talk about him. It's like, what happened? Nassim Hamed always seemed to me like a distasteful character. And it's interesting because usually once guys retire, they sort of mellow out. This dude hasn't mellowed out. In fact, let's not forget, did he go to jail for running somebody over with one of his
that was just gonna say that.
luxury car? Yeah, so and then on top of that, with the Brendan Ingle thing, he left Brendan Ingle. They had a big fall in the 90s. And a lot of people said that they backed up Brendan Ingle, saying, look, Brendan Ingle, everyone loves him in the neighborhood. Most of his fighters speak very highly of him. Fucking Nassim Hamed's the guy who turned his back on him, started saying nasty things about him. So it seems like Nassim Hamed's the problem here. That's the way it seems like to me. But I'd like to hear from eventually if somebody can leave a comment here after the show or something from England. Maybe let us know if we're in the wrong. Maybe Nassim Hamed actually was in the right vis-a-vis Brendan Ingle. But I still remember when Nassim Hamed, he was training with Emmanuel Stewart for the Barrera fight. And there was this whole miscommunication there thing. And then he went to train in the Poconos. And he's like, oh no, Palm Springs. I got this great place in Palm Springs. And then the Stewart's like, well, it's very beautiful, but it's not for training. It's not for boxing. And so Hamed was just calling the shots, him and his brothers.
He wanted to take him to Big Bear, no? Didn't he want to take him to Big Bear?
I forget something. I think he said the Poconos. I forget where.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, but Nassim Hamed seems to be. And then that's the other thing. If you're 5 feet 3 inches tall and you're letting yourself get fat, not just fat, obese. If you're that short and obese, I mean, come on, man. That doesn't.
He looks like that clown from Spawn.
The Violator. Yeah, you're right, man. He does look a little bit like that. It's bad enough being fat, but you're short and fat. It's gonna look even more pronounced. So yeah, I don't know, man. It doesn't take a whole lot of, 15 minutes. That's all you really need. I know people are busy, blah blah blah. They got lives. 15 minutes of high intensity interval training. Believe me, that's the best way to burn fat. And don't be eating junk food every day. That's the best way to do it. But yeah, so
that what you tell her, BDA?
Is that what? Listen, I always upgrade. I always do aftermarket modifications.
15 minutes.
That's what I tell them. 15 minutes, and you get to talk to me. Otherwise, I give them little papers with the amount of time they're able to talk to me. Like if they perform a good task, here you go, 5 minutes. You get to talk for 5 minutes, 5 whole minutes. Don't waste them. But listen, I think we've said it all. Speaking of speaking, we gotta go. But unless we miss something, we miss anything here? Anybody?
No, just a lot of fake news. I just seen Haney signing with Zuffa and Shakur and Haney were supposed to fight, but I think it was fake news.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what people were saying on Twitter.
Oh, can you play this video?
I don't know. Should we?
Timothy Bradley.
Oh boy, Timothy Bradley. Here we go. Hopefully he doesn't start doing the voice from the 1800s again, because I really can't stand it tonight. It's too late. You guys know me. I got to go eat. Hold on. Okay, Tim Bradley says, okay, come on. He's got to talk about Shakur.
Shakur Stevenson. I seen this topic a few weeks ago or whatever. Everyone talking about, trying to pin him in the corner and use his words and flip his words and all this shit. Shakur Stevenson ain't afraid of no damn Devin Haney, nor he's afraid of any, especially Ryan Garcia.
All right, first of all, people can't see it here, but why is he talking so close to the camera, man? I mean, put the camera in a holster or something. You know what I mean? Those contraptions that they sell, you can put it now on top of your car so you can film the traffic. You use it as a traffic cam. This guy's got it all the way up. You can see his nose hairs. I mean, come on, man.
Shakur Stevenson is the best fighter in the world.
Yeah, and they're white, right?
Yeah, I mean, he ain't got the accolades.
Shakur is the best fighter in the world.
That's what he said, yeah.
Usyk.
He's half the best fighter in the world.
He got the accolades as a Usyk and undisputed, all that shit. No, he ain't got all of that. No. No.
But he's still the best.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, in a way, and all the shit.
He ain't done nothing that the best in the world have done, but he's still the best.
He seemed a little baby. He seemed a little baby.
Exactly. Yeah. And notice how the farther the video goes, the more he starts talking with the like 19th century drawl. I mean, I'm telling you, he's doing it on purpose, and it's not good. It's not a good look.
Got all of that.
All of that.
All that.
He ain't got all of that. All that shit. No,
All
he
of
ain't got
that.
all of that. He got all of that. No.
One word.
You know,
One word.
in a way and all the shit they in a way didn't did in the lower weight classes and shit. No, he ain't done none of that. You know, but he is a 4th division world champion.
So he's the best guy, even though he's done nothing that the actual. What is he talking about?
He's a 4 division champion, and then like.
Okay, and let's talk about who did he beat at 126 to get that title for that 4 division, for that first one, he's 4 division, or at 130.
At 20.
I mean, at 130 he finally got Valdez. Okay, no, excuse me. Yeah, 130 is the one that Valdez, but 135. Who did he beat at 135? Didn't he get a WBC belt when he beat that Japanese dude, Professor Yamamoto or whatever?
But this guy said that.
Oh,
that
you mean
Shakur's
you're talking
better
about
than Usyk? I mean, he's just stupid stuff he says.
No, he said. Well, what did he say? He says he hasn't accomplished what they accomplished, but he's a 4 division champion.
So he's.
I heard him say in a recent interview. He said that this guy's better than Usyk, Shakur.
Oh God.
That's why. But you know what? Listen. Shakur Stevenson is very good. So I would agree with Tim Bradley. I would have agreed with Tim Bradley a month ago more than that. When he said, well, hold on, let me finish. When he said Shakur Stevenson ain't scared of anybody. But now with the whole, well, I'm just a little guy. I'm a 126. Now it seems like he's a little worried about something. Because it's coming.
He's afraid of everybody. He's cherry picking all the soft. He's soft touch.
Oh, he wants advantages.
He didn't want Kid Austin.
That's
He
it.
didn't want to fight a lot of guys at the lower weights. He never fought Lomachenko. He never fought Tank Davis.
But this little kid thing from Shakur Stevenson is starting to annoy me. Like after he beat Teofimo Lopez, he goes, "I'm a big boy now." I was like, oh, "Come on, man, you've been a pro for what 10 years now?" So.
You brought it back to the whole baby thing.
No, I didn't. He did.
I'm a big kid now.
Why my own
He's a big boy now.
I'm a big kid.
I'm a big boy.
What's that movie with Anna Paquin and Big Daddy? I wipe my own ass. I wipe my own ass.
Look at me go. Look at me.
Yes, Shakur, you're a big boy now.
Yeah, he has an accident during the press conference. Oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oopsie.
Oh, there's Ryan.
Oh, guys, sorry. Oh, we have to cut this press conference short. Stevenson's had boo-boo.
I made a
BD doesn't he say anything else after?
Oh yeah, let's see.
He is, and he the best fighter in the world. Yeah, he gets touched the least.
Yeah, he don't got to prove to me.
That's the part. That's the
Best
part.
fighter
Did
in
you
the
hear
world.
that?
Yeah.
First of all, he said he's not better than this. Then he's like, oh, but he's the best fighter in the world, so he's better than Usyk and Inoue. And then he says he's a fighter that gets punched the least. Like, who cares, man?
He
Like,
openly ducked Ryan, right?
That's impressive,
Openly.
you know.
They asked him, "Hey, would you fight him?" He says, "You know."
I want to know the
gotta...
statistic for the boxer that lands the most punches. Who does that on their opponent?
Yeah,
that's
more
not
impressive.
important.
That's more impressive. That's actually
How
more
come
impressive.
how come we don't hear that? How come we don't hear who does that?
Yeah.
Because they have to tailor it to these guys, right?
Ah, there
They
you
have to
go.
try to build this narrative. That, oh, well, that's what's important.
Yeah.
Oh, boxing isn't scored on punching; it's scored on blocking.
Yeah, I told him it's on the elusiveness and moving away, not being there, the art of not being there.
Don't engage. And doink, clean, effective touching. Right?
How about his punch output? Can we look at that? Can we look at his punch output? Is he average for that weight division?
You know what they say?
Average?
You know what they
Way
say?
below.
Now what they say is, but he lands the big percentage. Yeah, well, if you're not throwing that much, and you're a good counterpuncher.
Like,
You're a good
They're not even
counterpuncher.
proper punches. Even the ones he does land aren't. A lot of times aren't even proper. A lot of times he throws a smack,
a little tap.
a tap, or a smack.
That's it.
Is Bradley? So is he supposed to be a commentator or a boxing analysis? Is that what is he doing?
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing now, right? He's doing commentary. He's doing
What
analysis.
was Raymond Ford saying earlier?
Fanboy.
He's dicking him.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at that face. You guys looking at that video?
Well, I'm saying that because if he's supposed to be a boxing commentator, how can you trust him on a broadcast and he's glazing this guy? Like, are you supposed to be a boxing analysis commentator, and now you're calling this guy the best, even though you just said he hasn't really done anything, but he's the best fighter?
Exactly. No. Listen, listen. He's supposed to give us his opinions. Okay, that's fine. But like Frank says, this guy's glazing. So there's like there's bias, obviously, in what he's saying. He doesn't mean he's even contradicting himself in the same fucking video. So. Yeah, I mean that's not very professional for a commentator.
I'd like to know: is he talking about
takes away some credibility? Takes away from his credibility.
But is he trying to say that Shakur Stevenson, like when he says Shakur Stevenson is the best, is he talking about like he would pick him against anybody, and therefore for him that's the best? But because it could be two different things. No, but it could be two different things. Like he hasn't done enough to be pound for pound number one, but in my eyes, I think he's gonna beat everybody. Maybe that's what he's trying to say. Is that possible?
No, it didn't sound like that. It sounded like he's saying, "Oh, sorry, Booch, I didn't mean to cut you off."
Well, Bradley despises Teofimo because years back he called him out and Andre Ward and said they're racist.
Right.
And so he got very offended by that. So that's why they were all happy when he lost. It's like they beat the boogeyman.
Yeah, I remember.
Right? Yeah, there was a narrative going around that he's a racist.
This is what they do always, right?
He recently said he enjoyed beating the racism out of him.
Oh, he sold that shit. He was the one that sold it.
What's his name? I'm sorry. Stevenson in a recent interview said he enjoyed beating the racists out of him. So.
Oh, exactly. So there you go. Yeah.
You got to bring.
So it is. It's true. He's good at being the boogeyman, the fall guy, right?
Brothers, the struggle.
I wonder who they're gonna do it to next. I wonder who they're gonna try to do it to next. Who's gonna be the next one?
They always do that. Remember when Keyshawn tried to label that fucking Ukrainian guy? He sent me bananas.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the
Andre
worst.
Ward was painting Kovalev.
Didn't know what the fuck was happening. Baranchik. What's his name? Baranchik.
Yeah, Baranchik. And then they tried to get to.
Andre Ward fought. Andre Ward, remember he fought Kovalev. He said he's racist.
But the fruit basket, the fruit basket. They tried to get to the bottom of it with somebody like the manager for Baranchik. He's telling Bomac like, look, we want. And then Bomac looks at the camera. They're filming. He goes, get the camera out the way. Get the camera. It's like, well, wait a minute. Why don't you want to get to the bottom of this? Who sent that? I mean, it's something serious, right? Racism is like, you can't be racist in the United States. You can kill people, you can run people over, you can say that, but you cannot be racist. That's the worst thing in today's American eyes. So why not try to get to the bottom of it? Who sent that fruit basket? No, all of a sudden it's like, no, forget about it. He actually told the guy, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
They did it.
He said, don't worry about it because he knows he was trying to build
that. No, it's fucking stupid, man. It's fucking stupid.
Literally, getting agitated. Don't worry. Okay?
But you know what's interesting about that is Bernard Hopkins threw the Puerto Rican flag twice, and they still talk about it like, oh, it's so funny. Shakur Stevenson disrespects the Mexican flag too, or they come out with the Mexican attire. That's so funny. So nobody ever really talks about it because, first of all, we don't give a shit as Mexicans. But it would be interesting to see. Sometimes I do wonder, well, what happens if it was the opposite? What would happen if it was
like a Mexican come out with some African like tribal gear
or something, right? I mean,
that would be hilarious. I would love to see that.
Just like a rapper or like a bunch of bitches twerking on the way to the ring.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, or something really on the nose.
Teofimo should be the guy to do that.
Yeah, something really on the nose. How would, because not for nothing, but they take things out of context all the time. So imagine if somebody said they did it directly.
Like sort of like, like a magic carpet, but it's not a magic carpet, it's George Floyd.
All right, now you're going too far, man. What the fuck?
What?
You're trying to start riots now.
They're like kneeling as like flying towards the ring. Well, whatever, sorry.
Well, that's the other thing though. Paulie Malignaggi was on, because they're talking about the Ali Act and all that. And somebody on Boxing Scene, they put it on Boxing Scene with his show. Somebody said, how come you were talking about the Ali Act and you're so afraid of Zuffa, but when you were with the PBC, you never brought up the Ali Act or anything? He goes, well, let me tell you something, you fucking dumbass. You fucking dumbass. Al Heyman actually paid me more. He paid me more. You fucking dumbass. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. Let's back up here. When was that? Well, when he was paying you more. That was in the beginning, when they were doing what Zuffa's doing now, which is overpaying, right? When they had all this money floating around. And then what ended up happening, and I don't know if it was the PBC who, I think it was Showtime more than anybody who pulled the trigger on this, but they ended up firing Malignaggi. What was the exact reason? It had something to do with George Floyd. What was it? Because he refused to call him, or because he made a joke. What happened exactly? I got to look it up now. But it had something to do with race.
I don't even remember.
But they had a big problem when he said the Eastern
I thought it was
Europeans
Devin Haney.
were the best. He said the
The
Eastern
one that
Europeans
got
were
him
the best. That's
fired.
when they got that beef with them.
Paulie
I don't know why
Malignaggi,
people call him racist.
this is the AI overview, so take it with a grain of salt. Was permanently removed from his position as Showtime boxing analyst following controversial racially charged remarks. See, now it's not even racist. Now it's racially charged. So it can be anything. From his network regarding race, black. The decision stemmed from his comments regarding race, Black Lives Matter, and racial oppression. Yeah, well, what did he say exactly? I gotta go look it up now in the New York Times. Come on.
Damn it.
The firing of Showtime boxing analyst last week over racially charged remarks in a YouTube interview. Okay, it was on a YouTube interview. Left the man who first hired him conflicted as a friend, but unbending as a boss. So yeah, so it was Showtime. It was Espinosa apparently. It is disappointing. We certainly have a lot of affection for Paulie, and he's developed into a very good analyst. It's always difficult. Okay, but what did he say? In an interview with IFL, Malignaggi referenced how it's no longer the time of the African American in boxing, and how Eastern European fighters. Oh, so he said it was the time of.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Completely correct. They didn't like the fact because you gotta understand.
No, but hold on. Let me. Hold on. Let me read. Please. Let me continue reading. Then he said. He additionally said that he believed that racial oppression in 2020 is, and I quote, all made up and exaggerated.
Yes, exactly.
If you would have said exaggerated, that wouldn't have been as bad. He would still gotten fired for it because even then you can't even say that. But I think he fucked up when he said it's all made up because obviously there is racism.
Yeah.
There is. They
Well,
exist.
I think he means in the sport. I think he means in the sport. The top guy in the sport is a guy who was a fucking bitch who bored everybody. So how could you say the?
I mean, we're not in the Jack Johnson days. You know, I mean,
Well, Jack
we're not in the
Johnson
Jack
was-
Johnson
yeah,
days.
We're
Jack
100
Johnson-
years past that.
This is,
We're
they always
100
bring
years
that up,
past
Jack Johnson.
Dude,
too.
Jack Johnson was praised, bro. that was.
No, I know, but we're not
we're
not going to get into that. But all I'm saying is this is what they always make reference to, right? That the Jack Johnson days. Well, no, we're not even there anymore. Like,
Paulie told him the truth.
so-
And they hated him for it.
I mean, you got to look at it. The top guy was getting all the. The guy got all the fucking money. Was a black dude. So what are you talking about? And then you had Mike Tyson. You had all these other guys. There's tons of Spanish people in the sport making money. You know, it's true what he said. And the best guys was what? Lomachenko, Usyk, Kovalev, all those guys at the time.
Yeah, but it's interesting how Heyman took care of him, but I do wonder how much of a decision because apparently Spinoza took the. He's the one that claimed like, yeah, we had to let him go, but why didn't?
You know who was that? That was Uncle Al over there.
Showtime always had a history of letting good analysts go for weird reasons. Like Tarver, they let him go, I think, because he had tested positive for something when he fought that Nigerian guy. I think that was the case. And Tarver was one of the best ones. And Malignaggi was good too. He's doing okay over at boxing scene. I mean, sometimes he'll say it's like Bradley. They'll say something that makes a whole lot of sense, and then the next thing they say it's completely nonsensical. But I guess that's the name of the game nowadays. They gotta
turkey cards as well, doesn't he? I think he's on Zuffa, Tarver.
You're right. But he should be. He should be the main guy. Get Ward out of there. It should be Antonio Tarver. He's much better than Andrew Ward.
Oh yeah,
he is. He actually is
with
much
Ward?
better.
He's all over the place. No, of
you know
course.
Tarver's
Ward
the one
is
that came
biased.
out. You know that Tarver's the one that came out during the Shakur fight and said, as long as Shakur's back is on the ropes, advantage Zepeda. He was the one that said that. And then the other guy caught on to it. Remember what's his name? Jim Lampley. His name. He's like, you're right, Tarver. So he was the only one calling that shit out. The actual rules of the sport.
Antonio Tarver called out how boring Ramirez versus Haney was, and James Lampley agreed. Maybe that's why they haven't had them.
Yeah.
Well, they did have them back when, like you said, Shakur Stevenson versus Cepeda, and Tarver's the one who pointed out it's about Stevenson. It's very hard to move around that ring when you're eating so many body shots. Meanwhile, the rest of the boxing media world were praising Shakur because he chose to stand there. He chose
easy fight, whooping. He was so comfortable in there. He wanted to be on the ropes. Like, what are you guys talking about? See, it's interesting how they try to change the narratives when we saw something completely different.
Well, they got the expert opinion there from Tarver, so he was really calling it out. And then they come to him like, bro, you can't do that. That's probably what they do after.
Yeah,
he was new. He was new when he was doing that. So
you know what they probably told him? You failed the audition.
This is why
you're not the type of people.
No, we're gonna bring back.
Yeah, you're not what we're looking
That's
for.
Why I like the UFC thing a little more. The UFC, they'll just, if you're gonna praise a fighter, then you praise both of them. That's it. That's what the UFC.
You know what they told Tarver? This is what somebody told me, and I trust what this person said. Apparently, they told Tarver afterwards, "You're not what we're looking for. I don't think you get what we're going for. I don't think you get what we're going for." They told him. That's what they say. And they say, oh,
Yeah,
fuck shit. I don't think you get what we're going for. Hey, by the way, I'd be remiss if I don't post this here. Sobers, this is for you here. This is Gypsy in the chat. He's really live. He's live with us indirectly because he can't come on the mic apparently, but he keeps posting messages. And he posted this image of Hopkins dropping De La Hoya with a body shot. And he says, this is Sabrina worshiping me. Sobers, you got a repost for that?
Sabrina?
Sabrina. Well, that's what he calls. That's what he calls Sobers. That's the affectionate name they got.
Oh,
Term of endearment.
Teenage Sabrina, a teenage witch. She was kind of cute, except for the weird eye.
She had a big. She had a big bedoink. A lot.
Did she?
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot.
I remember the bedoink.
Well, that's because you weren't. I mean, first of all, it's a kids show, so I'm kind of creeped out.
That explains it all.
It should. Sobers, you got to reply before we go, man. Well, you know what Sobers is doing? You know what Sobers is doing? He's overseeing his own stream at the same time. Make sure that nobody shows their cock and balls on it. But anyway, listen, we got to go. I think we've said it all. Listen, I want to give a big shout out to everybody who joined us here. King Bucho, Sobers. Everybody go check out Never Sobers with a Z at the end. Never Sobers at the end. Go check him out. Go check out The Real Food TV, who, by the way, I saw that you took down a stream, I think.
Which one?
The latest one, you took it down.
Did I?
Or did it get taken down?
I did.
Well, it's not there anymore.
I don't think. Let me check.
Yeah, when'd you do that?
It should be there. You're talking about the Food TV Sports Live. Floyd is so broke he's eating dog food.
By the way, that title made me laugh. But no, there was another one. You did another one afterwards.
Oh, I have to check. I mean, they do it sometimes. They pull them down.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, whatever. So check out The Real Food TV. Everybody go check it out. Go subscribe and do the same for.
Thanks. It's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. And everybody do the same for Frank Bay's channel, Boxing with Frank Bay. He went live the other day and I didn't get a notification. Frank, don't be shy, man. If you're going to do these streams and Food TV, same thing with you, man. Post them on the Discord when you're going live.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to do that.
I will.
Because sometimes, I don't
just don't want to embarrass you.
Oh yeah, you don't want to outshine the BDA show. No, but you know what it is? Because too, I don't browse the...
I mean, embarrass you by I'm being embarrassing.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, because I don't browse with the BDA account, so I don't get notifications. So the only way I can find out if you guys are on is if I'm, if I see a link or the Twitter or on the Discord or whatever. So
will do.
Fantastic. That's about it, fellas. We do have to go. So shout out to everybody who called in, everybody who donated the super chat, and of course everybody who joined us here in the chat. I'm talking about more BDC, Joker's Wild, Skull Kid, King Bucho keeping an eye on things, 2 Matador, MLO, Joker's Wild, Guerrero de la Info, K Brizen, Jaime Raiden, Miso Dionysian, Gonzalo in the house as well. Shout out to Gonzalo, Earl Stevens, shout out to Earl, shout out to Earl, and Impala. If Dark Hay Dog, Joker's Wild. If I forgot anybody, it's because we gotta go, but you guys know who you are. Thank you for watching us. We'll try to. Hey, next week.